The Final Fantasy 1 Randomizer community proudly brings to you the unparalleled, unbelievable, undisputed commentary tag team champions of the world! The pride of Michigan's Upper Peninsula, Wilcliosis! The Emerald City Saint, Will Lover! And together they are the Illuminati!
Oh, baby, that's right! Speed Gaming 5! Welcome to some Saturday Night Shenanigans, and it's day one. Day one of the 2019 Final Fantasy Randomizer Spring Tournament. We've had action all day. We even had action on day 0. My name is Wilcliosis. I am the Smooth Talker, and joining me in just a minute will be the other half, because tonight, a very special treat for everyone, the Final Fantasy Randomizer fans and the Speed Gaming fans. It will be Team Illuminati. I will be joined by the Emerald City Saint himself, Will Bloodworth, in just a moment. Right now, stepping in is a very busy man today. He's done a whole ton of work. Thank you so much. Triton GL, welcome to the show.
Happy to be here. Will will be here before too long, but while he has a hopefully nice, safe travel home, I'm happy to be a temporary Will.
Okay, here we are on day one. Triton, we've got 2019 Spring Tournament. Some of the things that are going on in this tournament, some of the main things. Free Canal. It's opened up a lot of the world and a lot of different things that are going on. We also have the Town Shuffle. So, do you want to tell some of the fans what it is that we might see tonight and how those might affect the game from these two players?
You know, it's entirely possible we might do this whole seed without the airship. We are definitely going to have to find the canoe along the way. But there's often a lot of sailing. Sometimes you get the early floater, get a jet seed. But very often, we see an early movement into the Marsh Cave. Under the tournament rules for this week, we have a forced white mage and a banned thief, but it looks like they both decided that this is going to be Team Mage tonight. No thieves, no fighters, no black belts, just mages.
Yeah, we had the reveal shows done by Tristal MTG, our tournament director, just almost 24 hours ago. And this was on the top of my list of matches that I wanted to see. It wasn't an hour later that I got a phone call from both of these players and said, we're doing it tomorrow, and you better be there. And I said, okay, I know what bears do in the woods, and I don't mess around with that. I will definitely be there, because this was at the top of my list of what I wanted to see. I'm so excited for this match tonight, Triton. We've got LordFizzlebeef on the left-hand side of your screen, Falconic on the right side of your screen. Two good friends going at it.
Oh, I just love the matchups that we got in this first round. We didn't need to rig anything. RNG did it for us.
It did, definitely. LordFizzlebeef, really moving up in the Final Fantasy Randomizer, really in the standings. He's very high in SRL. He was a recent finalist in the first ever one-day tournament. He really showed his stuff back then. Falconic on the other side of your screen, he's really more of a behind-the-scenes kind of guy. He's a leader with you, along with our community. And Falconic can play this game. That's why we call him the Enforcer.
Well, you don't have to look for where the beef is, because it's right here. And Falconic is about ready to go Enforcer on this one.
It is. Our players are in the starting blocks. They're getting ready to go right here. Speed Gaming 5, day 1 of the 2019 Spring Tournament. Triton GL, Wilcliosis here. Team Illuminati will reunite very shortly. He is on his way. Free Canal, towns are shuffled, 2 white mages, 2 black mages, gentleman's agreement before the game, Trenton, and we might be in store for some fun.
Yeah, this is going to put a lot of emphasis on that early magic. They really need an AoE spell to be available to one or both of these classes. Of course, for white mages, that's Fade. Harm can do some damage for you, but there's a lot of AoE black magic, and you're just hoping one of those falls at level 1.
That's right. Well, the Town Shuffle is going to come in a big factor here based upon the Light Warrior selections. Falconic is the first to get to the White Magic Shop. That's Life and Cure 4 available. Very good. Black Magic Shop. Uh-oh. That's
All right.
not what our players want to see. It's Brack and stop.
I'm instantly thinking levels. Kill some imps, get more Brack charges, because the 4 charges of Brack is not enough to safely do Temple of Fiends, in my opinion.
No,
So
not
we
with
gotta
like
get
groups
that
of
Brack
wolves or
count.
anything. Lord Fizzlebeef, as is his mantra, is the first to leave the Canaria exit. Falconic right behind him. Both players decide to not go to like a Matoya's area first or anything like that. They're taking their 4 Bracks and they're headed toward the Temple of Fiends.
You get unrunnable bones, so you hope they don't have anything on the script. Actually, Fizzlebeef just resets. Looks
Yeah,
like we
the
have
imps. The imps have heat actually too. They took out Falconic. Both players have taken a wipe already. A whole, gosh, not even 1 minute into this match. Falconic draws some creeps. He's gonna try to run and get away from them. Fizzlebeef runs into the heat imps. He's gonna have to reset. Falconic saves outside the Temple of Fiends. He's there.
Yeah, you may be right. The play on this one might have been to go across the bridge and get different enemies and cut down the imps. This beast's just gonna skip the treasures, go for Brack against Garland. This should work with 4 charges. Hey, first try works.
Level 2 for Fizzlebeef. Takes out Garland, receives the TNT from the King of Canaria and the required loot from Princess Sarah.
It's a play that makes a lot of sense given the information that we have to just go Garland, but leaving those chests behind feels bad when those are usually some of the easier ones to get to.
Even with the TNT in hand, Lord Fizzlebeef is checking the bridge. He's going through the bridge sequence. He is headed towards either the Matoya's cave. He is. He's looking to look for those 3 chests. The mage party might have something to do with this. Every match that I've watched at Fizzlebeef, he's gone just straight to like Marsh Cave or something like that, even with the TNT in hand.
Just to clarify, there was a small pause on Falconic's side. That was just the streams getting synced up, so the runners are theoretically at the same pace now. Oh, we got an early power gauntlet.
7,400 gold and a power gauntlet. That's good.
7,400 gold actually might even feel better than the power gauntlet right now because we need money for spells. Oh, an ogre early, that's perfect. Great target for Brack.
Level 3 for Lord Fizzlebeef as he takes out an ogre. Falconic fires a Brack into Garland, broken into pieces. Garland is down for Falconic. He's going to rescue Princess Sarah, get his loot and his dynamite. We'll see if he heads west, maybe. Looks like the play based upon the power gauntlet and the money might have been Matoya so far, though.
It's an interesting catch-22 because you have a town in both directions, but leaving either town behind is going to feel a little bad. I kind of prefer the idea of going for Voga first as a general rule. And in that way, if we're going to Elfland, well, we've got Marsh Cave over there as well.
We'd like to thank Kirikito for doing the restream tonight. Got both players all set up. Certainly Trit and GL for joining me. Will Bloodworth, the other half of Team Illuminati, on his way. He'll be here momentarily. Also behind the scenes, Slick Fingers working with Danny3883, helping us out in the tracking department right here on Speed Gaming on day 1 of the 2019 tournament. For 2 players that, like we talked about, are good friends and can both really play this game. I'm really excited about this match so far.
Yeah, these imps have made the starting area a little unpleasant, whereas that's usually a good place to get to level 3 as a backup plan. It just wasn't there. Seed wasn't giving that to you tonight. It's a big part of these flags, in my opinion, is you gotta kind of go the direction that the story of the Seed is telling you.
When Fizzlebeef's making his way towards the original Provoca area, Falconic's headed towards that money and the power gauntlet in Matoya's cave. Fizzlebeef runs into some wolves. He's going to try to run away. They don't seem to have anything too dangerous, though. He's closing in on the new Provoca. What has that town been shuffled to? We'll find out after another ambush.
The good news about these black mages is they're the second best running character, so 2 of them able to run is pretty good and will probably be a key part of this, and it's even randomized. Harm 3 is a really good white mage spell to be at level 2.
Town Shuffle, Town Schmuffle. Provoca has been shuffled to Provoca. Level 2 Magic. We see Harm 3, and I believe that was Lightning 3?
Lightning 3, Quake was also there, but Lightning 3 and Harm 3, this was a very friendly level 2 for these parties, I would say. The Undead, Harm 3 will do quite a lot for, and when you're talking about, be it Marsh Cave, Earth Cave, Ice Cave, there's plenty of Undead you'll be happy to have those Harm 3s for.
The Enforcer, Falconic FF, makes the same play. He's got to be happy finding Provoca and that level 2 magic. Lord Fizzlebeef, we believe, started his timer just a little bit late, so we actually think that both these players are dead even, almost literally. We're going to take a look at that, but Lord Fizzlebeef takes out the pirates, and he talks to Bicky, and he picks up the crown. Well, the routing works out, Trenton, with the crown and the TNT being back west.
Well, see, like I said, I like coming to this direction first, check the one town, and then go back in the other direction where there's kind of the smorgasbord of options. You've got the town, you've got the Elfland Castle, you've got the potential route to Crescent Lake with the canoe, but you've also got that marsh cave over there, which is so often required in these flags.
Heal potions are for sale in Provoca. We've had a few times where both save items and heal potions in this flag set design have not been available in the Intercontinent. So both players would be really happy to see certainly that heal potions are there.
Well, we've got Team Illuminati back in action, so I will happily check back in and the spectator's side and wish you all a good night.
Hi everyone. Thanks for waiting for me.
Will Bloodworth is here. Team Illuminati has arrived. We are back together right here, just past the 6-minute mark of this great match of two friends. A quick recap to catch up all the fans and Mr. Bloodworth as well. Taking out Garland with Brack, which was really the only spell available at level 1 for this agreed upon forced party. Rescued Princess Sarah. She handed over the loot, and the King of Canaria gave the TNT. Both players went north to the Matoya's cave, where they picked up a power gauntlet and a good chunk of gold. They found that Provoca was shuffled to Provoca, and some decent level 2 magic with Quake and Lightning 3. And both players took out the pirates, and Bicky handed over the crown.
Huh. That's an interesting little start with this, who the heck thought this was a good idea party selection we've got here. So...
Lord Fizzlebeef picks up a mage staff. That's huge early, Will, because of this party. A white mage can now do some damage. Hooray!
Yes, hooray! Any AoE is fantastic and more than welcome right now.
Lord Fizzlebeef turns in the TNT, and we've got the ship, and we've got the ship early before the 10-minute mark. Will, the free canal is on. So a bountiful amount of options for both players that's going to come up real quick with that early canoe.
Yeah, this sucker opened wide out. I'm interested to see where they decide to go from here.
I guess that leaves the play of attempting to take out Astos potentially off the table, but Lord Fizzlebeef doesn't care. He's running in. I would think the access to Lightning 3 helps out here.
I would say so. And a ribbon for his troubles if he can make it out of this fight. And does. Low HP.
Lord Fizzlebeef made it look easy. Levels 5 and 6 for his Light Warriors. Just behind his Falconic, he's going to enter the Dwarf Cave. He's going to get his Mage Staff.
Oh, we have that Bonk Glove.
Mm-hmm.
When was the last time you saw white mages tanking?
When you did your solo White Mage run?
That's about it.
Didn't think I'd come up with that one, did you, Will?
That's about it, yeah.
Once again, we'd like to thank Speed Gaming for hosting us tonight. It's going to be a great match between two friends. Team Illuminati is back. A lot of familiar faces in the chat, so certainly thank you for joining us. We certainly hope you enjoyed the show. As Lord Fizzlebeef, he's headed directly south, Will. He didn't go get the ship. He has no interest in it. He didn't even go to the shuffled town of Elfland. He's going to the Marsh Cave.
Wow. Love the cojones.
This is Lord Fizzlebeef. That's what he does.
Yep.
I gotta think there'll be some route divergence. We'll see here as Falconic's about to take out Astos if he heads back north to the ship.
This is some very obvious divergence happening here right now.
Level 5 for Falconic as Lord Fizzlebeef makes it very quickly. Good run for Lord Fizzlebeef to the top. That's 7,000 gold.
I have a feeling this is going to pay off. I just have a sneaking suspicion.
Another 5,000. Makes it almost worth trying to walk out.
Do we have access to warp or exit?
We do not. Bracket level 1 along with Stop, and level 2 was Quake and Lightning 3. We did have Life and Cure 4 in the White Magic level 1 though. Seeing as Lord Fizzlebeef is taking this fight with the bones, looks like he might want to walk this out. I think he wants that money.
Oh yeah, definitely walk that out.
Oh, he has to. It's unrunnable.
No, walk out the money.
We've got our first route divergence just past the 10-minute mark. Falconic's going back north to the ship.
Oh my! Big chunk of change.
It's a lot of money.
Definitely
That's God, it's almost 25,000 gold. Fizzlebeef wants it. That mage staff really paying dividends.
The last toy in chat believes this party is far from trash. It depends on how good you are with mages and how good the seed is with providing you what you need.
Yeah, that mage staff is huge to get early. I mean, Lord Fizzlebeef has already shown that. I've got to think that getting that mage staff allowed Lord Fizzlebeef to make this play a little bit easier, because we got, you know, the zombies and all them that he just took out, and the bones as well are undead. So he knows he can do this a little bit easier.
Any access to fire AoE at this stage of the game, Marsh becomes a somewhat reasonable play to make.
And with the white mages, I believe Harm 3 was available in level 2 magic as well, except for when the bones have fire 2.
Yikes.
And Lord Fizzlebeef is steps away from getting out, but he gets a lightning 3 off. That was a close one.
That would have been very, very bad. Yes. Not taking any chances there. Here we are again.
A couple of encounters right before
Ooh.
he gets out. Ooh, mage
Turn
staff
order
gets
has
off.
been mighty kind.
Falconic is starting to sail the high seas. That is the theme and the name of the 2019 Spring Tournament. We expect to see a lot of it, and Falconic's starting to do it.
Going back in, going downstairs. What are they hiding in the cellar here in Marsh Cave?
Looks like there's a very favorable run early in the encounter table, and then a bunch towards the end.
Right.
From what I
at
can
least
see.
At least for the indoor encounter table, there seems to be. I haven't seen the outdoor encounter table enough to see where the first encounter comes up.
Falconic FF is our first player to break out of the Intercontinent. He heads to the old Melmond, and he's found Crescent Lake.
Melman's old and busted. Crescent Lake's the new hotness. What are those old men going to have in store other than some confusion?
Some future magic.
Ah,
That's Fade.
Fade.
It's Fade in the second slot. Ice 3 in the first
Two pretty
slot.
important spells.
Mm-hmm.
Ice 3 is something you're going to want to use quite a bit in the Temple of Fiends and Sea Shrine. When he... Oh, and there's a floater. Well, I'm just
There's
gonna
the
shut up
floater.
and say there's the floater.
Falconic takes an early lead. Extended open progression is on for the 2019 Spring Tournament. You have to have the floater to get the airship in one of two other things. Either the ship, and you can sail the high seas, or you can have the canoe and get there as well. Falconic's got them both. He's headed straight to the Ryukon Desert.
And what takes a nosedive? And the crystal.
Lord Fizzlebeef picks up the crystal. He's assessing his situation. He's going to use life. There's two more chests he can still check here. One's close and one's a little bit far off. He's going to go for it, Will.
Yeah, might as well. You're here, commit. That's what I would do.
Except when werewolves have damage poison. Oh gosh, it just throttles Lord Fizzlebeef's party.
Oh no.
He's
Oh, no.
got the life. No,
Oh, no.
Lord Fizzlebeef is destroyed. Lord Fizzlebeef perishes.
That's heartbreaking. Almost got away with murder.
Falconic had to reset as well, so it's dual ones, but advantage Falconic on that one. Oh, and the bones. Lord Fizzlebeef's starting to struggle.
So did Falconic not save after he got the floater? Or...
He did. He saved at Crescent Lake, but something happened while Lord Fizzlebeef was getting rocked. We had to reset. He's headed back towards the Ryukon Desert right now.
Yeah. The longer that Falconic has an airship and Fizzlebeef doesn't, it's going to be a geometric increase in the amount of lead that he's got over Fizz. So it's very important that Fizz gets it ASAP. Not telling you anything you don't know. Floater good. Yes, everybody knows that.
Falconic closes in now on the Ryukan Desert. He's oars away. He saves just outside. You know what he did there? He does not have... This is interesting. Because what could happen here is with the towns shuffled like this, the old Crescent Lake is the new on-rack with the Mystic Key for sale. To get the canoe, it could potentially be in a situation to where it's in the old on-rack because of shuffled towns. You never know. It could be like a Melmon situation. Might have to sail. We might have to come back to that later.
Did he just walk past the... No, he did not. I thought he walked past the crown room.
Falconic is searching for towns. He heads to the original Gaia, and he finds an unshuffled Gaia. We know that the Mystic Key is the vendor item, 13,000 gold. It's located in the original Crescent Lake.
Going back to the crown room? Well, he did check that chest. Must have been linked to something he already looked at. Actually, did he check that chest to the right of this room?
I don't think he got there. I think he got hit right before. He's leaving, though. No, he did. It was a pure potion.
He went to... Oh, it was? Okay.
Yeah. I think it was a pure potion, but he missed the upper right one, which is completely understandable. He gets a lightning 3 off against the werewolf, and the werewolf attacks. He's going to get out of this fight. That was potential disaster.
So this crystal better pay off for him. This time investment is pretty huge in the early game. All this is now a game of information, so the more information Falconic gets faster than Fizz, it's going to increase his lead. And not the dragons have anything to say about it, though. They're trying out to be the new bats.
Yeah, Falconic picks up an ice sword and a sun sword. He's not going to be able to do much with those, except sell them. Yeah.
That's it.
That could be the Mystic Key right there.
Very well could be.
Falconic raids the Cardia Islands, doesn't find a lot other than some sellable items and some money, which is good.
Key money is good.
LordFizzlebeef trying to get out of the Marsh Cave, runs into some scums. Good news is there are no werewolves on this floor or this floor now,
Correct.
So he should be able to get out of here.
There are some stun-locking enemies here, but he just gets out of there. Doesn't reset.
Did not reset that. There he goes. Now, Will, when you see something like that, is that a little bit of, you know what, I died in Marsh Cave, did maybe a little bit of rattledness? Or...
Is he gonna... What do you think his next play is?
You gotta turn the crystal in and grab your ship all at the same time, I would certainly think. Go back, save, get your spell charges back, do a little bit of shopping, replenish heal potions.
Yeah, he's not aware of where the key is yet.
Falconic is in the air. He's got his Mystic Key. He made that exact play. He's starting to check Mystic Key chest, looking for caster items, a light axe, something along those lines, or a gold bracelet.
Not a bad find. Yeah, it looks like that lead white mage is going to be a little tanky. The ribbon and a gold bracelet, nice and early.
Ambushing wolves again for LordFizzlebeef as he heads north on foot. Falconic makes his way back to Northwest Castle. 3 locked chests here. I like this play. We'll try to find, a caster item, maybe some more armor, something along those lines, early so that you can have it and utilize it for the long game.
Yeah, and it's free chests. Like, I always take free chests if they're available to me. Unless I'm in Go mode, if I need anything, I'm opening chests. I would even make a stop at Temple of Fiends just to grab those 3.
There's the dwarf area. A house, some money, a heal stick.
Staff, not that useful.
No.
That was a bust. Just a little bit of money, but the most important thing's been purchased already. Now all you can really get is more gold bracelets, some pro rings.
I'm not quite sure. I didn't quite catch if we saw the town of Elfland. I know Lord Fizzlebeef has not been there, but I'm not sure if Falconic checked it. I know he went to the Elfland Castle. But Melmon might be, I don't know why, but high on the list. Check that level 5 magic, Will? I mean...
Yeah. You're gonna get charges for it relatively soon. As soon as one of them starts to, makes that decision that they're gonna start picking up levels, and we have a Zeus Gauntlet. It's a thing.
Where you putting that Zeus Gauntlet, Will?
Looks like he's putting on the lead. I guess I don't disagree with that. I'd probably give another one of my party members something to do. But, it's like... That white mage is tanky in relative terms, relative to the rest of his party. It's not a tanky character. If he wipes, even with that gold bracelet and the ribbon on, he's not going to have access to that lit too. So I might put it on the second tier.
Falconic is doing what Will Bloodworth said he would do. He's checking the Temple of Fiends locked. Meanwhile, Lord Fizzlebeef turns in... Oh my, he turns in the crystal to Matoya, gets the canoe.
That is a very interesting development. So, if Fizz gets the floater now, it's gonna be a pretty interesting go of things.
I've got to think that the next stop for Fizzlebeef is to break out of the Inner Sea, head to that original Melmond. He's gonna find Crescent Lake and pick up that floater. I do think that will be next on the list. That will yield Falconic a little more than a 10-minute advantage of getting in the air, possibly towards about 14.
Yeah, that sounds about right. And he's gotten to stop a lot of places here, these key-locked areas. And I'm sure that Fizz is going to wish he had the key for those bottom 3 chests in Marsh. Just for sake of curiosity.
Just past the 20-minute mark right here on Speed Gaming 5, Day 1 2019 Final Fantasy Randomizer Spring Tournament. I am so excited. We got in the background tracking Danny3883, Slick Fingers, Triton GL's been here helping out as well. And we're back, Will. It's Team Illuminati. He's Will Bloodworth. My name is Will Cleosis. Great to be back with you, Will.
Hell yes. Don't know what I've been doing with my life without you, buddy.
There was the Life and Cure 4 that we saw earlier in the match. Falconic went and couldn't afford Life quite at the time, so he's going to fill up his white mages. He's headed south in that airship. Looks like he might be headed towards that marsh cave. He
wow.
is. Trent GL said ordeals in chat. Will, what do? Do you do marsh or do you ordeals here?
Well, if I'm Falconic, I'm doing marsh, and I know this because that's what he's doing. But I would probably go ordeals before I went marsh. It's probably quicker. It's a similar type of enemy, but with AoE fire and other AoE access, you can kill zombies and get a hell of a lot more levels. So you have to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. That'd be a good way to do it.
We'd like to welcome the raid from Speed Gaming 2. Welcome to Final Fantasy Randomizer action. Just past the 20-minute mark, 2 good friends going at it. So far, we think that Falconic has opened up a little bit of a lead. Will, he's had the airship here. It'll probably be about 14 minutes ahead of Fizzlebeef. But what type of real lead has he opened up, if any?
Informational. He knows what more things are, where more things are, and that's big. Like, because even if you have a bad time of things, you can always go back to where you need to be. Whereas Fizz is still catching up. But that's about that gap. I think is about to close because he's gonna have the he did the crystal quest and got himself the canoe. So Fizz may just do some canoe-related things quicker. Like he might go to ordeals, like you were suggesting, and find something there that Falconic may not initially go to do.
As Lord Fizzlebeef makes his way towards the Ryukon Desert, I've got to think it'll be a couple of quick town checks, and the next dungeon would more than likely be ordeals, like Will Bloodworth said. Lord Fizzlebeef is in the air. We'll call 13 minutes. Falconic was able to get in the air a little bit faster. Fizzlebeef finds Onrak. He's going to find the Mystic Key for sale, and he can afford it.
There it is. Congratulations, Fizz. Good instincts. Check out Stardust Cave. More freebies.
LordFizzlebeef is the first player to check Stardust Cave, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so. I don't remember Falconic doing that. And there's a cube.
It's the cube.
And let's see how much treasure chest checking Fizz does. Do you bother with trap tiles at this point?
No, trap tiles. You know what? They're not shuffled at this point. I think both players have good momentum. I would think that both players feel pretty good about their games so far, considering it could have been disastrous given, this party makeup. I think both players probably feel good. I definitely feel that Falconic does. Quicker in the air, very aggressive approach, and once he gets this crystal, because he's going to have an easier time in here than Fizzlebeef did.
Slightly.
And if he can get this crystal and get it out of here, because those bones have fire too.
Yep.
And
of which.
There's glare.
Yeah, and I said slightly because their levels weren't that. They're pretty comparable to when Fizz was in there originally.
Hooray!
Hooray!
We'd like to remind you that coming up tomorrow, that will be April 7th. It's a Sunday at high noon. It's a high noon showdown. Ikben Maya versus DD Gaming. That's going to be right here on the Speed Gaming family of networks. We believe Speed Gaming 3. On the call for that will be LordFizzlebeef. He's jumping on the microphone tomorrow. And he's going to be joined by Mama Duck herself, Moist Mogwai. I'll be there.
Wow. They're going to be commentating for two people who have been in this community longer than almost anybody.
Yeah.
DDG and Maya. And that's going to be a bit of a sleeper match, I think. DDG can swing for the fences. He can hit some home runs against some really good players.
He definitely can. And you know what happened? Ikben Maya. Oh, he's a player of this game. I ran into him last year, 2018 tournament. We were both undefeated, both red hot as can be. And did we duke it out? And Ikben Maya prevailed in that match. He moved on to go undefeated, and I think he might, just do it again.
It's entirely possible. It's all a matter of who you draw and how you play.
LordFizzlebeef's going back to the Temple of Fiends now that he's got the Mystic Key. He's going to do this whole check in one loop once he can get past the wolves, so he'll be able to check 6 chests in one loop.
Yeah, and if he doesn't like what he finds in the left chest, he can just reset and then go right.
So far, he picked up a great axe, and I think there's a couple bucks in here and a pure potion. A couple bucks. He's going to take it.
Got that mediocre axe. A great axe is the biggest false advertising in the game.
Falconic weathers the storm. He did not take the wipe that Fizzlebeef did in the Marsh Cave. He's got his crystal. He's out of there. He's headed directly towards the blind woman. He's going to give her a crystal back.
Oh, that's nice of him. Fizz decides to do that.
So any advantage that Fizzlebeef might have had having that canoe in hand has been neutralized by his opponent, Falconic. He's got the canoe now.
Name 5 better axes. Literally anything.
The hand axe. Falconic's making his way toward the original on-rack and the waterfall area. Shuffled town here, so this, it could be Melmond?
I think, again, Falconic's after information from what it looks like. And that's some of the information he doesn't yet have that he wants to know. This might be Lefane, because I don't believe we've seen Lefane yet.
Yeah, could be Lefane, could be Melmond, and I don't think we've seen, if we have, chat, Lord of the Synth, one fine day, if you can let me know, I don't think we've seen the Elfland. LordFizzlebeef didn't just go there, did he? Odd.
We're about to find out what town we got. It is Elfland. There we are.
Falconic's position in this game gets stronger, finding level 3 and 4 spells. Ice 2 in level 3. That's
Saber?
okay.
Saber would be a good pickup here. I don't know why he didn't grab it.
Invis 2 and Wall in level 3 with 2 white mages. Well, I'm happy. I'd be satisfied.
And Cure 3 as a fallback, yeah. Not gonna get too much use out of it.
No, not a lot. He's moving his way towards the armor shop. I don't believe we've seen the gold bracelets or the pro rings.
I certainly... Well, now we've seen the pro rings.
4
That's
pro
big.
rings?
That's pretty big. I would. Absolutely. It's 8 defense, plus you can block death spells. Why would you not buy it? All of them, we couldn't equip it.
LordFizzlebeef checks out Gaia. He found out that that's Gaia. He's headed towards the original Lefane.
Now this is going to be Melmond or Lefane, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because all we've got left is Gaia. That I'm aware of. We haven't seen what Gaia is.
We have passed the 30-minute mark. Both players handicapped themselves with this party. They agreed upon it. And they've made it look really easy.
Yeah, relatively. Like they haven't stumbled too much in the beginning. Oh, this
Life
breaks
2.
my heart. This breaks my heart.
Yeah. Level 1 life, level 4 life 2. And Nuke is available!
Wow.
That's gonna have 2 Nuke casters now.
And Quad X, my fave. This Tyro's breaking my heart, though.
Fizzlebeef makes his way south. The original Lefane, it is Melmond. Level 5 magic. No slab to be seen yet. Unfortunately, LordFizzlebeef is going to have to double dip this location. You never want to do that.
No. And there's level 5 warp, level 5 fast, level 5 fire 3.
Fire 3's locked out.
Ah, quite a good selection. Fire 3 is not as important as fast and warp, though.
Level 5 white magic. Lamp! That's huge, and LordFizzlebeef gets it. That's a huge move from LordFizzlebeef.
Love it. Love
Lamp.
it. Love it.
That's right, he's definitely preparing for the end game. You can see him thinking about it already.
Yep. Take that, dark spell. No, not today,
Ink.
Satan.
Yeah, take this, Kraken Ink. Gold bracelets have been found there. 18,000 gold there for sale in Melmond. So, Melmond, not bad. You're going to have to go back there, translate your slab eventually. Perhaps. Actually, that could not be required. That could lead to the Ruby. We don't know that
How
yet.
often do you get to say Melman's not that bad? Not too
Yeah,
often.
I mean, having the lamp spell and gold bracelets, that's a renaissance.
It's almost a game changer. Not quite the game changer.
Would you say... you know what that is from Fizzlebeef? That's a veteran move right there. From our former one-day tournament finalist.
And Falconic taking a dive into the waterfall, ignoring all advice that TLC has given us.
Both
And taking a
players
look at those 6 chests.
tanking with the white mage. You see on Falconic's screen, got Crab Cakes as a white mage, Meridian BC named after one of our lead developers, got Shadow Walker and Minochi as well, naming all his characters after great players and great people within our community. Hats off to you, Falconic.
Including Minochi.
Yeah, well, you know,
Need somebody to blame.
yeah,
Minochi.
gotta have someone to blame. Falconic struggles a little bit with the nightmares, but is able to get through. Meanwhile, LordFizzlebeef, we were right, Will. The first dungeon that he's going after, it's Castle Ordeal.
Indeed it is. I like the play. As much as I hate ordeals, personally, from a statistical standpoint, I like the play.
Both players avoid the ice cave area. I think that's a really good play based upon the enemies, this party selection. Do it later when you got more levels and more spell charges. That's what I think.
For sure. I don't even know if he has charges of warp yet. And why go to Ice Cave without warp charges? That'd be idiotic at this point. You have so many other places you can go.
Castle Ordeal, of course, is incentivized. Marsh Cave was incentivized as well. That led us to the more than likely required canoe. And Ice Cave is incentivized as well. We're going to see that a little bit later. 2 loose items floating out in the pool. More than likely, at least one of them will be required.
7 Argoyles.
Ugh.
Yeah. No one likes Argoyles.
Is that your least favorite, Will?
No.
No? What's your least favorite?
Yeah, it's not them. I think. Oh boy. Yeah, now you got me against the wall. I don't know. It's not them.
I can tell you my least favorite.
What's yours?
Man cats.
Oh,
I can't stand them. They're up there.
Mad cats.
Yeah.
Mad cats and catmen.
Oh, they're buddies.
Not fun. Oh, I can tell you, the Wiz Sea Hag, Red Sea Hag unrunnable. That is
Especially
my
when they have
favorite fight in the
something.
game. Yeah, of course.
Falconic has
Especially
made it
with
to the
PoE.
Falconic has made it to the trap tile. He gets a favorable trap tile for experience and formation. A lightning 3 is going to take out most of the regular mummies, and the wizard mummies and the mummies looks like it's favorable. Will they aren't hitting too hard. They don't seem to have anything.
Still, I don't know. I wouldn't utilize this as a grind tile necessarily, because those whiz mummies can hit, and they can wipe your party.
They can whack you.
Yeah. If you don't get enough firepower off, you get the wrong turn order, they will wipe you. At this point, though, getting through that fight, that might be a little bit more feasible.
Falconic's going to heal up. He's going to walk out of here. I thought exit... I don't... Okay. He hasn't been to Melmon to get warp, but, Okay, Falconic's gonna walk it out. LordFizzlebeef runs into the unrunnable nightmares. They gave Falconic a bit of a tough time. We'll see what kind of time they give Fizzlebeef.
What exactly is Falconic doing? Why is he walking out?
I thought... Slick? I thought there was exit.
They have exit and warp, I believe.
Well, Falconic doesn't have warp. It was in Melmont. He hasn't been there, the new Melmont.
Correct.
But I thought they had exit.
Yeah, one or the other.
No exit. Okay, I'm being told no exit. Okay, I thought we did. Must have been the earlier match that we did.
Easy mistake to make.
Oh,
Paralysts are another troublesome enemy.
Yeah, they're annoying.
If we're voting.
Falconic halfway out of the waterfall. LordFizzlebeef treading new ground. He's on the final floor of Castle Ordeal. 5 more chests left to check. One of them is incentivized. He gets a house, some money, an opal bracelet.
Huge find. I love the opal bracelet.
He's gonna put it on the lead white mage. That's gonna be the tank.
And that worked out for him not having the that 4th gold bracelet. And he's saying nope to the zombie D. Not even gonna waste his time.
LordFizzlebeef gets away, gets an opal bracelet in the bottle out of Castle Ordeal. He knows where Gaia is. It is in the original Gaia. It's a potential option. We'll see what he wants to do next. Falconic has finished up the waterfall. He's headed back to save in the new Elfland.
Not a bad idea.
It was the chime that was located in the waterfall, so Falconic picks up his required chime. That opens up Mirage Tower, potentially.
So now with the bottle, is Fizzlebeef aware of where Gaia is?
Yes.
Okay. Probably gonna see that get turned in, I'd imagine.
Yeah, and I would think, if for no other reason other than the key item boost at 12 key items, the 150% that's happening.
Collecting key items is a great idea, and that's another reason not to grind early if you can avoid it, because you can have a more productive, more fruitful grind when you have more key items.
Great work on the logo in the bottom of your screen there, right in the dead center. You got the versatile Mazmoon weapon, the winner of the best sword of the game from last year's tournament from our polls. We're going to see if we can get some polls out there. We got them for this year as well. You've got, of course, the Game Changer, the Malign Game Changer in the upper right-hand corner. That's the Power Staff in the lower left-hand corner. And Will, is that your favorite there in the lower right?
Is that the defense sword?
It is.
Oh my goodness, it is my favorite sword. Don't do a solo run without it, kids.
The polls have just come up in chat. We'll get to those in just a moment. LordFizzlebeef releases a tiny fairy, and the tiny fairy hands over the herb.
He's got the herb.
2 polls that are open, Will. The mascot We want to know what you, the fans, want the mascot to be. Last year it was between all the lizards. And also this year, we got we want to know what the fans want to see in something called a bonus stream, Will. What do you know about bonus streams?
Having been in both of them and run the solo character in both of them, I know that it is a hell of a way to end the tournament. It's a great way to say thank you to everybody who made the tournament possible, and look back on some of the best matches, discuss the progression of everything, and enjoy seeing the people who have earned their spot there and the people who are putting on a show to entertain them one last time before they go out. So I most certainly want to be part of this next bonus stream if possible. And I think the solo run has become something of a tradition in this community. I'm not going to say that I am entitled to it or I deserve it, but I think if the people want it, I'm happy to step in and do this for the third time, 4th, 5th, 6th for all these tournaments. Always happy to run a solo.
That's what it's there for. It's a staple, certainly a Final Fantasy randomizer. That's what Mr. Bloodworth does. That's how I was introduced to you in the 8-hour original bonus stream with the Solo Thief. I watched the whole thing before I ever joined the community, and it was absolutely fantastic. So, we'll see. Where do you go next if you're Falconic? Is it Castle of Ordeal that LordFizzlebeef just finished?
He's not far from it. Might not be a bad idea. It doesn't have the chime yet, so he can't get into... No, he doesn't have chime, I don't believe.
Falconic does have chime. It came out of the water.
Yes, he does. Then I might check out Mirage after I go to Gaia. Which
even
is
cubeless, you would consider that?
Yeah, I'd check the first 2 floors. Why not?
Okay. We do have the 2 loose items out there now. It could be, the ribbon we found, it's incentivized, but it could be a ruby. A ruby's not going to be required in this seed at all because the cube came from Sarda. And mind you, we need to keep this in the back of our minds. Falconic has not checked Sarda yet, to my knowledge. He does not have that cube.
If he forgets about Sarda, which is entirely possible, that could cost him the entire match. What do you know about forgetting the cube, Will?
What?
What do you know about forgetting the cube?
I know nothing.
Yeah. We'll just leave it at that. Oh no, we've got 2 Team Steak members here. What is this world coming to? No civility whatsoever.
People gotta eat.
Gotta eat. They've got nachos and all sorts of yummy stuff out there. Leave the tyros alone. Sign our cubes.
FizzleBeef has really caught up a lot. I think that time that Falconic had with that little bit of advantage has really closed. Because right now we have LordFizzlebeef who has done Castle Ordeal, picked up the bottle and the herb, and Falconic has done the waterfall to pick up the chime at this point.
It's certainly getting a little harder to say who's quote-unquote ahead. At this point, they're accumulating information at a pretty similar clip. And their levels are similar, their item acquisition's pretty similar. I might say Falconic's ahead by a couple minutes, but that's still... I'm spitting in the wind saying that.
Falconic does enter the Mirage Tower, looking for 2 loose items, trying to knock that off the list. He's doing the first floor. So far, he found nothing, including a stick.
This is effectively like 2 second-floor volcano floors with better enemies. And when you have a bunch of undead-killing spells and items, and you have vampires that can show up in packs of 5, this is not a bad play.
Falconic did get the white shirt out of Mirage 1. He's gonna take a couple fights here. This looks like that was his plan. He wanted to look for loose items a little bit, and he's gonna use those nuke charges that he's got now, try to take out some stronger enemies that give more experience, try to get some levels.
Some might not agree with this play. I like it. I really do. It seems unnecessarily risky and time-consuming, but what you're pulling out of there could be very, very impactful. Like that white shirt could be a big, big game changer when it comes to the boss fights. You might not come back here until later, but you will pull that item out, and now you're going to find out what's on the second floor. Maybe.
What FizzleBeef
Depends on if it goes back in. He is.
I believe he's got... I think he's got a level 5 charge. That's going to be an advantage. He should be able to get out of here and not have to walk out like Falconic did.
Mhm.
As he fires the nukes into the golems, dispatches of them, gets 1,000 experience. Couple
Yeah.
chimeras for Falconic. He fires the ice, but it's not good enough, and the chimeras...
Ooh, 5 hit.
5
Yowshi.
hits. Zeus
Yeah.
Gauntlet takes him out. 1,600 experience with Falconic as he starts to maneuver through the second floor of Mirage Tower. He went to Melmond, the new Melmond in the original Lefane area, and I do believe he's got warp charges to get out of here.
Having mobility is very important. Being able to get in and out of dungeons quickly is very, very big. And I think that's what, with the Falconic play here, it's why I don't disagree with it. Ugh, Catman.
Ugh. Falconic gets away from the Catman. He's gonna check, we call this room the greater than, less than room. It's a copper bracelet, a couple bucks, although that's
Yeah,
small
Katana,
now.
one of the best
Good.
weapons in the game. Nobody can use it. And Falconic finds the other one.
Dual katanas.
What
Other
do you
than
know?
that, nothing. And,
Yep.
yeah.
Now he knows. And he's got some levels.
LordFizzlebeef has picked up his chime. And I thought he had warp charges. He went back and took this trap tile. I think we should keep an eye on this. We'll see if he's... Oh gosh.
Might
He
be
loses-
intentional.
You think so?
While he's fighting him.
They can hit hard. I told about that. Gets a nuke off. It's going to take out most of them.
Really good XP. Yeah, they can survive nuke charges and hit hard. Whoever survives this fight gets a pretty good XP. Oh. Nobody leveled up off that. That's surprising. Yeah, the last toy saying it's a decent trap tile. It certainly is at this stage of the game. The levels that you're at with the kind of spells you have access to. And we have a Saria fight.
Double Saria fight. Nice fight at this point in the game.
Saria, not Saria. And those are going to get him 1,500 XP.
Another couple of levels for Falconic as he closes in on Castle Ordeal. We know that located in here is an opal bracelet, which he's going to love to find, as well as the bottle, which will be released for a tiny fairy that will turn into the herb.
Is remembering the pro rings.
Because we've picks up the pro rings, he's got them for all his warriors except the second one. He's going to buy a pro ring and give it to... Oh,
And there you go.
we'd like to welcome to the
Gold.
chat. Cataclysmic is joining us, Will. One of my favorites. One of your favorites, too, I think.
Yeah, definitely up there. Hey, sweetie. Mwah.
Falconic starts to move her through the shuffled pillars of the Castle Ordeal maze.
And again, I'm going to reiterate. It is very hard to say who is in the lead right now.
Hiya. Still out there, 2 loose items. We know Falconic will not
Intentionally-
find them.
Intentionally fighting trolls. I don't know that I agree with that play.
Yeah, I didn't like. We talked about that last night when we were playing, Will, and they're up there
Yeah.
for one of my least favorites too. But they're
Trolls are
annoying. They don't
garbage.
give you much.
No, it's also similar to the Scorpion Cobra fight outside of Crescent Lake. It's like it looks like it's going to give you a lot of XP, but it doesn't give you squat.
LordFizzlebeef is headed towards the Mirage Tower.
Mm-hmm. Well,
He's
here
got
we
the
go.
cube.
Is he going to go all the way up? Can he
48,
go all the way up?
48-minute mark.
Not going to find anything super duper useful aside from the white shirt, but
Right,
that
the
is
white
pretty
shirt.
good.
I missed it. I'm trying to figure out, Triton, maybe the defense sword has been found. I don't exactly... I must have missed it where it was, because Falconic's got it, I believe. I don't think that was in here. I think it was just the white shirt.
Unless it's mislabeled, yeah. That's the defense sword icon.
Oh, it's the katanas. It's the katanas that Falconic found. Thank you,
Oh,
Slick
we're-
Fingers.
Cool. It's a good thing we're denoting the katana. because, you know, the best character in the game needs a weapon he can use.
LordFizzlebeef leaves floor 1 of Mirage. He enters floor 2, where he's going to find his dual katanas and not much else. Falconic closing in on finding his bottle. He's got his now.
There it is.
I think we're pretty even, Will.
It's close.
I
feel like Falconic's ahead, but I can't back that up with anything substantial.
I mean, I want to say 90 seconds, but I just know it's not true. It could come down to, does Fizzlebeef go into the floating fortress, and does he find like a loose rod, maybe, or an adamant? Or how about like a weapon, like a Masmo?
Masmo would be huge.
Mm-hmm.
But that's pretty much your cue to go fight fiends.
Great turnout for the 2019 Spring Tournament. Same amount of players that we had last year. Lots of new, fresh faces. We had a couple matches already. We had a match going on as we started this show between Twitch and Chilled and Gouda. We're not sure exactly what happened. We think it might actually still be going. So I'm actually going to check on that right now. We had One Fine Day, was able to pull out a victory last night. Shadowwalker227 came from behind to take out Mama Duck to move to 1-0. So certainly congratulations to both players as they both join us here tonight.
Indeed. I really wish I could have caught that match with Shadowwalker and Mama. That's supposed to have been a really, really good match.
Oh, it was outstanding. LordFizzlebeef is going north, Will. He's going to use that cube. He's going to go into the floating fortress.
I'll be damned. Doesn't want any piece of that blue dragon.
What do you think about this play, Will?
Mm.
I like the Mirage play.
Yeah.
But
the levels, like, can you survive a climb through Mirage? You'll get information checking chests, but do you really want to wipe on the last floor? Do you want to wipe on like a Warmech fight or 2 Nochos or something dumb like that?
There's enemies here that we haven't seen yet. There's those Mercats and a second ribbon.
Oh, what
found for LordFizzlebeef. Okay, that's good. And it's in the first year.
The instincts on Fizz, these chests, fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
We got 2 out of 3.
That's an often skipped chest too. That's a hike to get 1 chest.
It is. It's not as bad as the one in Earth, the TFC chest.
LordFizzlebeef using a couple spell charges takes out a Grey Naga for 1300 experience. Looks like he's going to continue his clear. He's headed to the right side of Floating Fortress 1. Runs into an Eye who ambushes him. But that was a fire spell. So, is there something behind that? Oh, doesn't matter.
Nope.
See ya.
Maybe, see it. Alright.
Falconic turns in his bottle, picks up the herb. LordFizzlebeef continues his raid. A lot of money in this seat.
Nothing but. Nothing tremendous. Or a little bit asking, any guesses on winning time?
Well,
given this party comp, it's really hard to say if we have a tough Temple of Fiends. It could go to 3 hours. If it's friendly-ish, 2:15, possibly. Maybe 2:30.
Falconic turns in the herb. I don't believe LordFizzlebeef had done that. He picks up the slab. Right next door was Lefane, so the original Elfland was Lefane.
Right.
So he's got that option to do that as well.
I like these fights. Manticores are good XP. Pretty much everything in this everything in Mirage and Sky, good XP.
LordFizzlebeef gets ambushed again by an Eye. Launches Fire 1 against Beef. LordFizzlebeef fires back with a Brack, but it's ineffective. Wow. But I think that Eye's got like 80 hit points. That's information, Will. You could consider using that later. You haven't even done the Ice Cave yet. If that's needed.
You're we are. Ice Cave is happening. Blastoid predicting a 158-ish for FizzleBeef. I guess that's coming along with a prediction that FizzleBeef will win. And we have a loose Ruby.
Non-required loose ruby right next to a black shirt has been found from LordFizzlebeef.
Yeah, if we can't get good access to that Ice 3 spell on level 6, then that thing could save your bacon on the Sea Shrine floor of Temple of Fiends.
You know FizzleBeef wanted to see like the rod loose or something like that. At least he gets the information of one of the two loose, it's the ruby, but it's non-required. Could he get another one up here?
Entirely possible.
Falconic making his way through the ice cave. He's got warp charges now. Does he take the item and leave? Does he do the whole thing? It's a risk if you don't.
There's a high probability that you'll find at least one loose item in Mirage/Sky, and he has found one. 2 is not impossible. And a Pro Cave. Whole lot of fun stuff here.
So we still need to translate the slab and turn that in. That'll be a key item. Possibly the tail, the rod, the adamant, somewhere along those lines. One of them will be loose. If the loose item is not the tail, because the tail is the incentivized item in the ice cave.
There's the defense sword. There we are. There's the best sword in the game.
So we know that we got the ribbon and the tail. That means that the tail will not be loose, so our second loose item will be required. We believe it will be... the adamant? Or
I
just
think...
got the slab turn in?
I think adamant. Have we found TNT?
Yes.
Okay. And Fizz is picking up a lot of levels here too. Let's not ignore that. The key here in this seed is going to be getting his Black Mages up above that magic 400 HP line where a max nuke can't kill you in one shot.
Hydra fellows in chat. Check raising saying loose rod and earth floor too.
That would be very trolly.
Falconic picks up an Excalibur, not going to be able to use it. But what our players will be able to use is your favorite weapon, Will. The defense sword. Tell us about, and we just saw that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And tell us about what we just saw and how that can be used to finish this game.
That is something that if you end up picking up Masa, then you can stick the defense sword on one of those, probably the white mages, and tank yourself up to take out. Oh, let you. Go ahead. Say what you're gonna say, Will.
Beautiful day out in northern Michigan today. It's warming up, just a little bit of rain to wash away some of the stuff. A little bit of rain from your area in the woods in the Pacific Northwest, Will.
There was a bit. You're gonna make us wait for it, aren't you?
I did not see it. But the Vorpal has been picked up, of course, by LordFizzlebeef. But who got the defense sword, Will?
That would have been LordFizzlebeef. That was
LordFizzlebeef has it as well.
Blue from this floor. Beautiful day in the Yoop.
We'd like to welcome Cyclor. Cyclor, it's been a while since we've seen you. Lives just down the road from me as well, as things are actually getting quite nice here in northern Michigan. LordFizzlebeef continues his raid of the floating fortress, making it look easy.
Yeah, handling everything pretty easily. Four rock goals is a pretty intimidating fight for 4 mages.
The last fight before Falconic got out of the ice cave, he took it, got to level 18. Did we see where LordFizzlebeef is around? Looks like 19?
Yeah, about 19, 20. Okay.
Falconic has remembered Sarda at the hour mark. He's going to pick up his cube.
And so much for the idea that this cube leaving here is going to break his game. He's now covered.
LordFizzlebeef has made his way to a dense, treasure-rich area, very high in the floating fortress. Here's a 6-chest room.
Yep, we have I think there are 50 total chests in Sky Cave and Mirage Tower. And there's a 3rd ribbon. Just like that.
3 ribbons for LordFizzlebeef.
Yep. If you find a 4th one, it's because the game's broken.
He runs into a sentry who ambushes him, fires the squint, but fires it right into the ruby ware. Does not work. Instant death protection from that ruby, all 8 elements. From the ribbon, excuse me.
Ruby. Yeah. If you can start equipping the ruby, that's news to me.
Fizzlebeef's starting to run a little bit from not the greatest encounters. Maybe saving a little bit of resources as well. He's got 4 chests left over here. He found a loose item. It was the ruby. Non-required. He doesn't find anything else. Rune sword.
Rune sword, the best weapon you can equip on a thief. Other than Masa.
Falconic is headed towards Bahamut. He's back in the Cardi Islands. He's going to class promote at the hour mark.
I'll be. Might as well. Access to Fire 3 in Melman. And I don't remember what else.
It was Fire 3, and then the White Mage can learn all of level 6, and then there's one that the Black Mage can't, but I don't remember there being anything earth-shattering.
No. Yeah, Catclaw Strats is probably... Yeah, Fate at 6, Hierophilus.
Fate at 6? Okay.
That's what it is.
Could be a potential Catclaw situation.
Yeah,
Our players do...
Yeah, Fire 3 I knew about.
Falconic head's right there. He's headed right to the new Crescent Lake.
There we are.
Ace 3 pickup.
Yeah, Ice 3 was good find. There's that, and then exit if you don't have that already.
LordFizzlebeef taking his time going through his menu. He's preparing for a fight, potentially, with Warmech. Chad, if you want to see it...
Fire hydrants. Yikes.
Fire hydrant? Chad, if you want to see that big tin can Warmech, you gotta get it at your Bless RNGs in chat. Because LordFizzlebeef is there right now on the Bridge of Destiny.
Far be it for me to commentator curse this thing, but I don't know that I would want to run into Warmech.
No. Oh, there he is! And Warmech ambushes LordFizzlebeef and fires nuclear directly into LordFizzlebeef, dismantling his entire party! He's gonna take the fight and try to use Cure 4. He gets initiative and gets a Cure 4 off, and there's Inferno from Warmech! It devastates LordFizzlebeef. He's down to 0, and he's gonna try to take the fight. Warmech has Cure 4 too! Nuclear again!
Cure 4 is out of the spell list for the 4 fiends in
Nuclear! Damn! LordFizzlebeef perishes on the Bridge of Destiny to Warmech!
Wow. Wow.
Why didn't he run?
All that progress.
Will, you said it yourself. I wouldn't want to see. I wouldn't have either. I was about to say it. Next thing you know, Warmech ambushed him, hit him with nuclear, and just devastated him.
Yep, that's what he does.
Oh, wow.
Ruins your day.
Wow.
That was runnable, huh?
Yeah, it was runnable. He got ambushed. You can't get ambushed in a runnable encounter.
Maybe he forgot.
Wow.
Just instinctively fought him because it's unrunnable in vanilla.
Was that 3 nuclears?
No. It's not unrunnable in vanilla. That I remember.
I believe... Well, he can ambush you in vanilla, so it has to be runnable.
He almost always will.
Right. He's got like 75%?
It's pretty high. Not as high as Shadows, but very close.
Yeah. Now, okay. Let's assess LordFizzlebeef's situation. He has knowledge of everything there. There was a Vorpal, which is useless to him. There's a defense sword. You can see our tracker has already unlit them. Great job, Slick Fingers and Danny3883. Thank you so much.
Falconic finds the max gold chest.
So you go back in, you probably grab the ruby, maybe, I don't know, for a key item. And the defense sword, and that's it?
The ribbon, yeah, it's...
The ribbon, yeah. Great job from our trackers. Hats off to you. Look at that. We were able to unlight all the items. We're back down to the not full three ribbons. Thank you again very much. As Falconic starts to clear out the armory. Is the rod out there? He just resets out of it.
If they gentlemen agreed to not run, it would specifically had to have been the Warmech that they agreed not to run from.
Yeah, One Fine Day's pointing out in chat as well. Lost a lot of experience. He took a lot of fights, fought a lot of eyes, you know.
The biggest loss of all is time.
True.
Because even if you know where everything is, every chest, all the XP from all the fights you took all that time to fight, and all the time it's going to take to climb back up there, maybe get whacked by War Mech a second time, you don't know.
Falconic is digging deeper and deeper into the Gurgu volcano. I didn't get a chance to with all the War Mech stuff going on, trying to figure out what Lord Fizzlebeef is going to do next. I couldn't quite tell, Slick, one fine day, did he skip chests on the right side of the armory floor?
Looks like he might have.
He might have. We're going to get confirmation on that right now. As War Mech did a number on Fizzlebeef. We're not sure. I don't think that was 3 nuclears. I think it was... Or it might have been. But he had an Inferno in there, too.
Yeah.
Was it 2? I thought it was 3. Okay. Oh, it's another one of my favorites joining us in chat, Will Bloodworth. It's Mango Kangaroo!
Mangaroo!
Mango Kangaroo. And we have confirmation behind the scenes. Thank you very much, Danny3883 and Slick Fingers. He did do the whole armory floor, so that has been taken care of.
Thank you very much.
Other matches coming up.
So there is our other loose item.
What do we got, Will? Take it.
It was the Adamant.
So the Adamant is the loose item and it was located in the volcano. We believe that might lead to the rod, potentially.
That's looking like how it's going to shake out. I don't think there's anything we haven't seen yet, other than the rod.
Also coming up tomorrow, April 7th, it's going to be Sunday here on day 2 of the 2019 Final Fantasy Randomizer Spring Tournament. It's the Buzzsaw. The Buzzsaw's in action, Will. He's taking on Check Rays himself, joining us in chat right now, Hyra Fellows. That's going to be at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. That's going to be right here on the Speed Gaming family of networks.
Fantastic. Be a good one to catch. Watch that while I'm working.
If I'm not mistaken, on the call for that will be Triton GL and our leader Zardia, I believe, are taking the call for that match. It's gonna be
hell of a team. Some knowledgeable players.
Lord Fizzlebeef.
Giving you a second chance to.
Well, I think I know what's happening here, Will. Lord Fizzlebeef knows about the lore, and I think he wants to believe. You have that Vorpal in your inventory. Enemies, they just want to run away. Kraken, too, might just run away from him with that Vorpal in the inventory, potentially.
Not if we have Clamp Morale, bud.
I don't know what that is.
It means it's not going to happen. That's what it means.
Falconic continues clearing out the volcano. He's still got the red dragon chest. I gotta think that he'll check it. Should he go and turn in the adamant, translate the slab, and do it, he may just find out the good news that the other loose item is the ruby and it won't be required. That would be a huge advantage for Falconic in this match.
I think Falconic has got the upper hand now after that wipe. And Thorhammer. Another nice find to have before you do the Sea Shrine.
That's the other thing, that it could be the slab probably leads to Oxyale, or the adamant leads to Oxyale, and the other one will lead to the rock. So that's what it is. That's where we're missing the Oxyale.
Taking these Agama fights. Obviously.
Fizzlebeef is rechecking chests. It looks like he doesn't exactly remember the location of a few things. Like you said yourself, that's 50 chests, so I mean, it's not easy. There's the ruby. He wants the key item.
That's probably what he's looking for.
In the black
shirt. It's a nice room.
Question from Mighty Metric Batman in chat. Do the icons above indicate you could choose any class as long as it was a mage? Not really. What we have here in the spring tournament is we have a forced character, which is the captain. And that is a white mage. You must take a white mage, at least one white mage in your party. And we have a bang character. They had to walk the plank, and that was the thief in this match.
Boo. Boo.
It was random. And the other two, or excuse me, the 3 selections of your light warriors is up to the player. here in the first 5 weeks, the first five rounds of the Swiss tournament. And these two are good friends, like we talked about earlier, and they made a gentleman's agreement to do this.
Now we're watching LordFizzlebeef climb back up the Sky Cave here, being a little willy-nilly with those nuke charges. Now, the important thing to do at the end of this whole thing is kill Tiamat. If you can't kill Tiamat, this is all going to be for nothing times 2.
Yeah, he'll use the level 1 Brack spell. I think that's what his plan is, I would certainly think. Meanwhile, we've got our first Fiend fight.
Blackshirt.
Falconic FF fires Fade into Carry, followed up by a nuke by Falconic into Carry. Carry's still standing. Take another Fade, Carry, for only 98. Carry retorts against Mono. Went after Mono, I don't know why. Nuke for 154 is good. We've got a Fiend down. Falconic's about to light his first orb. It's the Fire Orb. See ya, Carry. A, B!
See ya!
1 orb, Falconic, 1 hour, 10 minutes. Welcome Zan to the chat as well. Always good to see you. He heads directly, turning his adamant. He picks up the rod. What we know, but what Falconic does not know, is that the ruby is loose. He doesn't need it. He needs to translate the slab, go to Lefane. That will give him his rod.
Rod we trust.
Or, excuse me, Oxio.
He's now recollected everything significant. It's time to go not get killed by Warmech.
This is a subtle move from Falconic. He's going to do the slab right now. He wants to know what the last item is that's loose. He's going to find out that information we just talked about.
Is cleaning up some fire hydrants on his way to the second to last floor. Ooh, Medusas have poison.
Medusas have damage poison.
Yikes.
He's lost 1 black mage. He gets away.
An elemental spell, so those ribbons are kicking in on those 3 ribbon holders.
Yeah, that's what it means when we call it damage poison. Stone poison, one of the 8 elements that's in the game. Fire, ice, lightning, earth, death.
Poison is definitely an element. Yep, time is the only enemy in the game that is resistant to time magic is chaos. And the only item that you can use aside from a ribbon to protect against time magic
black shirt
would be the black shirt. Equipable by a black wizard.
LordFizzlebeef has returned to the Bridge of Destiny. He's prepping again. He prepped for Warmech last time.
Yeah, and he did not help.
Did not work out. He's looking to rearrange his party. He's healing up. He does not want to let that happen again. He gets a fight. He gets Warmech, but he's stuck in ambush this time.
Wow.
We know he's got Nuclear, followed by Inferno, and another Nuclear, and he's skill happy. This is huge for LordFizzlebeef. This is game-breaking. LordFizzlebeef gets initiative, and he gets off some evasion of Invis too, but we know Warmech likes to use those skills well.
Yes, he does, and probably will.
He got all 4 warriors to go. There's the Nuclear. Oh, just bashes Fizzlebeef, but he's still standing.
He said no thank you.
He's gonna run.
I'm out of... Good call.
LordFizzlebeef adjusted and ran.
Should have ran the first time.
Live to fight another day, says LordFizzlebeef. You know he wanted it. He wanted it bad.
There was no way he had any chance of getting out of that fight alive. You throw all the nukes you want, you're not going to survive a nuclear and then an inferno.
Not with this type of party. That HP.
He doesn't have a heal spell, I don't think. He only has individual. He has Cure 4. He doesn't have a heal 3 to keep yourself alive during that fight.
Falconic has his translated slab. He's made his way to Lefane. He's about to pick up his Oxyale. He's got it. Falconic at the 1 hour, 13.5 minute mark has entered go mode. He now knows that he does not need the second loose item.
And he's gonna check that for the lulls. He's gonna check those level 8 spells. Harm 4 and Dark.
LordFizzlebeef getting a lot of encounters on the Bridge of Destiny. He's trying to get there. He just wants to get the Tiamat and get this over with.
No doubt. I would.
LordFizzlebeef initiates the fight with Tiamat 1. Gonna start to fire Brack. There's the first Brack from LordFizzlebeef. No good, it's ineffective. There's another one. That's ineffective.
I'd keep spamming Brack. And Invis too.
LordFizzlebeef trying to tie this game at 1 orb apiece. Falconic's on his way to his second orb. He's entered the Earth Cave.
Oh my. Falconic is a pretty tremendous lead at this point.
Yeah.
Say about 5-6 minutes.
Brack is ineffective. Fire 2 again from Tiamat, starting to dig into FizzleBeef a little bit. FizzleBeef, another ineffective Brack, that's 4. Stick with the strategy, Will? Keep firing?
Yes. Yes.
That's exactly what FizzleBeef's going to do. He's going to compound it with some Cure Force to keep his Brack casters alive, just in case. FizzleBeef fires his 5th Brack, broken into pieces!
Oh, baby.
Down goes Tiamat. Lord FizzleBeef lights his orb.
And that's why you use it. If I can, every seed I can possibly do it, I try to brack both Kraken and Tiamat.
So what we do know, and what we learned from that fight with Warmack was, we think there's 2 nuclears out of the pool. We know there's an Inferno out of the pool.
At least
but
one.
But the spell that Warmack had is out of the pool. Cure 4.
Big. Big.
How valuable that information is, I don't know. But it's information that he's got that his opponent is likely not to have.
Right. Yeah. What's the chances he's going to run into Warmack even once, if not twice? Fizz checking some chests here on the Cardias. Not going to find anything terribly useful.
Falconic has made it past someone. I thought I saw him get into a fight just a minute ago, but I don't know who it was. He uses the rod. He starts to dig deeper into the Earth Cave. He's not checking chests. He knows it will.
Yeah, he does.
He's running. He's in go mode. How important is that Mazmoon with this party composition, though?
Depends on how tough Topher is.
Really?
If you run into a beefy fiend that can't get taken out with multiple new charges, then it's going to be pretty important to have that. Worst case scenario, grab some cat claws, throw them on your black wizards, and just cross your fingers.
LordFizzlebeef's
definitely get cat claws for those two.
LordFizzlebeef's still looking for another loose item. He's going to turn in the ruby. He's going to check 4 chests here. Could this be a Mazmoon? Could this be an advantage? These are chests that Falconic is not going to see. We can almost guarantee it.
Right.
Can this give FizzleBeef an edge? It's money. A bucket.
Pro cape, wizard stuff.
Reset.
Doesn't even want the pro cape. Doesn't even want the pro cape. Wow.
Falconic initiates the fight with Lich.
I don't know if I agree with letting the pro cape go. That's pretty good defense.
With this party, I wouldn't have let it go at all.
No.
LordFizzlebeef turns in his herb. He's about to pick up his slab, which will lead to the Oxio.
Slabba.
The longer LordFizzlebeef stays away from the volcano and the adamant, which is loose in there, incrementally and further ahead, Falconic will start to extend his lead.
I have a feeling LordFizzlebeef's going to head to Ice Cave.
Oh, that's right. The tail's in there. He has not been there. But he's going to translate the slab, so he's going to get the Oxio. That's good. Speaking of Oxio, Falconic uses it. He's in the Sea Shrine. He's going to check chest. Okay.
Either that or he's instinctively
Mazmoon, right? I would think.
Why not? This is basically a free chest here. And if he really wanted Masa, I think he would go right first. Go to the mermaids.
Question in chat, where was the rod? The loose adamant that was located deep in the Gurgur volcano did lead to the rod.
Yes.
How much of a lead has Falconic opened up?
I'm going to ballpark it right now at about 8 to 10 minutes.
My answer was 8.
It's a pretty big lead.
You know how long 8 minutes is, right?
It's an eternity.
It's an eternity, but it's a Temple of Fiends Revisited dive.
It
Just
is
right in that area.
It's the Topher dive for a normal party. I think for this party, considering how much buffing you probably have to do for some of those fiends, it's probably between 12 to 15 to clear it. It's like 8 minutes is probably like a failed carry 2 or a failed water floor. You run into like unrunnable worms or a 9-pack of bad men. There's a lot of bad stuff that can happen to a party of mages between
Oh yeah.
the first floor and chaos.
We'd like to welcome to the chat Gouda632. I know that Gouda632 just apparently got out of a match. We'll see if we can update you on that, whatever. But welcome to the chat, Gouda, and I hope you had a good time and had fun in your match earlier. Your first ever tournament match. Final Fantasy Randomizer.
Yeah. Ghosts getting nuked. And there we are.
LordFizzlebeef with his translated slab about to pick up his Oxial. Falconic digging deep, headed towards Kraken. Hits. Will, your least favorite, those are Sehags. They're always unrunnable. They will always be unrunnable.
Yep. So the way the encounter table works with unrunnables, they are paired off. There are groups of enemies that are paired. And since pirates are paired with the Wiz Seahag, Red Seahag fight, and pirates must be unrunnable, so shall these always be unrunnable. Fun little developmental piece of information for everybody who doesn't know that.
Falconic's gonna dig the Sharknado floor. It's gotta be the Masman that he's looking for. And that's it, I think. Because I would think, if I was playing this, regardless of who I was playing against, which I'm a big fan of, I know you are too, Will, in adjusting to your opponents and studying them,
yes,
I'm going in with the Masmoon no matter what, personally.
Yeah, that's fair.
Fair, yeah.
If I was feeling really, really froggy, I might take 2 cat claws and, I've got fast, and then go grind a bit. Because that's something that's something you have control over. Like, you don't know where the chest with Masa... the chest could be in vanilla Masa.
Yeah.
It could be on Tiamat 2's floor. You don't know.
Yeah.
What you do know is that you can get your levels high enough, fast up your Black Wizards, and swing away with Cat Claw. Good crit rate, decent damage dealing, and if you have durable enough wizards, then you can do it.
And we would like to congratulate Gouda. Gouda632 in his first ever tournament match has beaten Twitch and Chilled.
Wow.
Moves to 1-0. Congratulations, Gouda.
Welcome to the winner's circle. Yeah, I have to imagine Falconic is only looking for something of that magnitude. Masa. I don't know what else you could find that's going to be that useful. Like, maybe he's hunting down Defense Sword, but if you've got Wall and Invis 2, then I don't know that I'd be prioritizing it.
LordFizzlebeef doing the incentivized ice cave, he finds the tail, so now he knows for sure that there's a required item loose. So he's put those pieces together at the 1 hour, 20, almost 23 minute mark.
And a pro ring. Nothing special. And I think we've got a south side of the Sea Shrine cleared out.
Oh, LordFizzlebeef has all 3 ribbons. Falconic has 1. It was the incentivized one. He'd probably like to pick up another ribbon along the way as well.
That's something you could be hunting down.
Once again, thank you to our great team that we've got going on here. Slick Fingers teaming up with Danny3883 on her first tracking mission, clicking buttons, helping us behind the scenes. Because right here tonight, Speed Gaming, Team Illuminati is back. My name is Will Cleosis. I am the Smooth Talker, and I am joined by the Emerald City Saint himself, Will Bloodworth.
Holla holla.
We've been talking about it for a while. We finally get together. Great match for these two. Great one. We got the call essentially last night. Is that we need Team Illuminati, and we said, yeah, we'll be there.
Yeah. Yep. I took off. I'm in food delivery. All cards on the table here, and I'm taking off a Saturday night to call this match because it was important to get back with Mr. Will Cleosis here and to call a match this good.
Pleasure to have you, my friend. I have certainly missed you. We will be definitely doing some more of these throughout the tournament. We're going to have a good time.
No question at all.
Kind of closing in on trying to light his third orb. He's on the floor of Kraken. Hasn't run into anything too rough yet. FizzleBeef searching for that second loose item. The sooner he can get to the volcano, the better.
How mean will Kraken 1 be?
Kraken 1's no pushover in this. Ah!
Ooh! Well, there goes
10
one of your
hits,
Brack
406.
And
Volcanic
Brack
don't need
number-
that.
Number 1.
Wow.
Brack number 1. That is it.
First shot from Falconic, broken into pieces. That's 3 orbs now for the Enforcer.
I feel like he needed that.
He's got to feel better about himself. About his game, of course.
If you don't land that Brack, Kraken's got 3 turns, and you've got 1 Brack caster left.
Mm-hmm. LordFizzlebeef has...
Asking. You assume they agreed to run both White Mage, Black Mage as a race? Yes, that is correct. Gentleman's agreement.
LordFizzlebeef has his tail in hand. He's headed to Bahamut. He's going to class change. Falconic is in his airship. He is short 1 orb, and he's headed directly to the Mirage Tower. He's got his chime, and he's got his cube. He's headed to try and light his 4th orb.
Ooh, Bernie Sandworms. Here's the thing. If Falconic decides to clear out Mirage Tower and Sea Shrine looking for Masa/ribbons, which he'll find, then it's gonna open the door a little bit more for Fizz, but I still think he's gonna have at least a 4 or 5 minute lead at that point.
Shout out in chat to Uriah B.
Yeah.
22. Thank you. Honor to be here. I think I can speak for Mr. Bloodworth on this.
I was
we
about
love
to
this
say it
game.
myself.
Yeah,
I was about to say it myself, so yeah.
We love this game and we love the fans. That's why we do this. We don't get paid anything, guys. We love the game. We love the community. We love both of these 2 players, good friends of ours, our leaders, the Zardias, everybody. I could name off a whole bunch of people. Thank you. That's why we're here.
Yep, we get paid in love, and that's all we need.
There's another one of my favorites, Doogie MacGyver! Falconic starting to dig through the Mirage Tower. LordFizzlebeef has made the right play. He is in the volcano. This is where he needs to be.
The rightest and onlyest play left.
Joining the chat is a former champion, Will. Crystal MTG is here.
Champion of the first tournament.
He's one of my final 4 picks.
Yep. Gets paid in plastic swords and paintings. That's literally true.
I guess I could release that. 3 of my final 4 picks are pretty much right here. One of them is on your screen right now, LordFizzlebeef. I have picked to go to the final 4. Crystal MTG, former champion, I have him going as well. And I know you're out there, I see your name. My pick to win the 2019 Final Fantasy Randomizer Spring Tournament. Crab Cakes.
Oh.
It's on record.
On record. I have not yet decided who I'm throwing my chips behind, because 2 years in a row I've thrown it behind Ice Blue, and 2 years in a row he was the runner-up. And let's not short how great of an accomplishment it is to plow through that many opponents twice in a row to get to the finals.
Yeah, he had to get through you the first year.
He did, yes. He's the one who put me in 4th place. Yep. And it's a testament to your ability to adapt to opponents and adapt to different flag sets to get that far twice in a row. So I don't have him to pick this year because he's not in this tournament. So it's harder for me to say.
Falconic on his way to take on Tiamat. He will not find that Mazmoon that I'm probably sure that he wants should he check chests in the Floating Fortress area, but he could potentially find another ribbon.
Edge, so Tristal and Edge are probably going to be popular picks as they have both won tournaments. I am inclined, though I have lots of love and respect for both of those runners, I'm inclined to pick somebody who hasn't yet won. And that narrows it down to, what, 44 runners
Yeah.
in this tournament.
You're sitting next to a guy who can play this game.
That's right.
Pick me. No. Crab cakes. I look to see a lot of crab cakes in the future. It's my pick to win. It's on record, and good luck to that young lady because you can play this game.
Yeah, very consistent runner. I can see somebody like a Sho Fukamachi, like a longtime player of this game, come up and end up winning this thing.
The adamant has been picked up. It's the final piece of the puzzle for Lord Fizzlebeef. That will lead him to his required rod.
There we are. I think he's gonna go mode this. Maybe. Nope. Nope.
Mazmoon. It's definitely the Mazmoon for Fizzlebeef. He's got 3 ribbons.
Yep. What else could you want?
There you go. The OG joins us in chat. It's Kiten619, straight from halfway around the world, mind you. He's picked his final 4. He picks the defending champion Edgeworth, former champion Tristal MTG. He takes crab cakes as well, and he took one half of the Game Changers, one half of Team Illuminati.
Wow.
With Cleosis, that would be a stretch. But we can put together the run that we did last year, potentially.
Yes.
Falconic picks up the defense sword.
You need to finish as strong this year as you started last year.
Yeah, exactly.
And you'll be just fine.
Falconic puts that defense sword right on his tank of a white wizard.
It's a good play.
Meridian.
If you want to go out on a limb, pick Wout to win it. How many seats has Wout played?
Many.
Yeah?
Many. Yeah, he's very casual offline. I've had a lot of conversations with Wout. We've done some playtesting on the side when we thought we saw something that might be a little goofy. We definitely have. But competitively, Wout, very popular in the Final Fantasy Randomizer community, has not competitive.
Well earned. Kiten picking Moist Mogwai as Dark Horse.
Great pick, great match last night that we had on day 0 of the 2018 tournament. Moist Mogwai had a commanding lead over Shadow Walker 227, but Shadow Walker was able to come back and win by a floor over Moist Mogwai, and he moved to 1-0.
So who is going to be what I'm going to selfishly call the Will Bloodworth Memorial Dark Horse pick for this tournament?
There's been some discussion of that, actually. And we had...
Horse last time.
Right. We had a match earlier today. It was over on our sister broadcast partner, Randomania, and it was Tarnin and Spellzap. Tarnin pulled out the victory at a tough Temple of Fiends Revisited. Spellzap moved to 0-1, but that's a popular pick for the Arson Horse Award this year.
Yeah. And Tristal bringing up Len the Cat. Len basically lives in the Call for Races channel of the Discord for Final Fantasy Randomizer. He probably plays more seeds than anybody.
Fun fact, and credit to Trenton on this, there's no one that has played more Final Fantasy Randomizer matches than Len the Cat.
Yeah. So, if experience pays, Len's your cat. I'm going... Did Falconic go Mermaids?
He did not, he left.
That is my guess for where Masa's gonna be.
It could be. He sees the Vorpal. Falconic sees the Vorpal. He goes to walk away and says, "Oh no, I gotta have this, baby!" Falconic goes back to pick up the Game Changer. That's a huge move from one half of the Game Changers himself. He's got the Vorpal Blade now.
Man, now what? It's a great weapon to have on principle, but for this party comp, not the most useful weapon.
Falconic had opened up the nice lead, Will. I like the decision that he's making, looking for those few key items, but that's allowed Fizzlebeef now to close the gap a little bit.
It has, and that, like I said before, that early Mirage Tower play, I think, may have helped. Because Falconic is catching up informationally.
LordFizzlebeef is going to the mermaids.
That's the play. That is the play. That is the correct play.
Falconic
In my estimation.
picks up his 3rd ribbon.
Yep. Now we're even. All 3 ribbons found by both players.
We think that Falconic's maintaining a slight lead, not quite the 8 minutes that it was before, I don't think.
I wouldn't call it slight. I would still say you're looking 5-6 minutes.
5? Okay.
Roughly. He's got. Yeah, they're both maybe a floor or 2 away from their next orb, and Falconic is an orb ahead. In fact, Falconic will probably get his 4th orb lit before Fizz gets his 3rd. And here it is, the XP Pinata Big Eye with the Gershark.
It's a good fight right here. He's going to use the Zeus Gauntlet in the nuke. He's going to get, gosh, it's about 3,000 experience about now from this single fight. 2,900, I think. 2,200.
Yep.
Level 23 for LordFizzlebeef.
There you are. And, oh, it's TFC. And nothing there.
Falconic's closing in on the Bridge of Destiny. LordFizzlebeef perished to Warmack, who ambushed him and completely throttled him earlier. He had to go back and ran into another Warmack. Should that pop up, he is runnable, but we'll see what Falconic does, and that's if it pops up, as we have passed the 90-minute mark now, about 96 minutes.
Yes, indeed. So, I had a question. Are the enemy groups shuffled?
Yes, the encounter rarity is shuffled, so it is about a 1 in 3 possibility that the level, the Group 7 encounter, which is Warmack, gets shuffled into one of the first groupings, the groups 1 through 3, that come up most common. And that's possibly what happened.
And that would be huge. That means your likelihood of seeing Warmack goes from 1 in... I believe it's 1 in 6... It's
64?
1 in 32. It's 1 in 32.
Is it 32? Okay, I thought it was 64. Okay.
I think it's 12 out of 256. Jumping up to about maybe 48 out of 256.
Now, Falconic just ran into the 4 unrunnable red Hydras. If this is a similar step count, they took similar paths. Warmack is after this. This is possible.
Mm-hmm.
This. Keep your eye. Hang in there, folks.
There is no way to know where he's at on the encounter table, but...
Not this deep into it.
And...
Level 23 for Falconic as well. He runs into the 2nd Red Hydra. He might have... This might be Warmack.
It might be. I'm going to see if my hypothesis is right and that Masa's up here.
So
hanging
far,
out with the fish ladies.
Not there. The fish ladies, not yet. Here comes 3 chests for Fizzlebeef. Nothing.
Nothing yet. So that's more to go. And got the floor below this.
Falconic got through the Bridge of Destiny. He's going to try to light his 4th orb. LordFizzlebeef trying to find the Mazmoon. A couple more chests left.
Man. Frustration's got to be setting in. Banesword, what are you? Why would you not grab that?
Banesword, a potential Hail Mary. But Banesword's got 1 chest left with the ladies. Kind of trying to light his 4th orb. Back. Oh my gosh, it's not there, Will.
Nope.
Wow.
He's got another floor to check, but he's not going to. Oh, he already checked that floor.
Falconic moving on to damage. Fires a couple fades into Tiamat. They aren't going to kill her. Tiamat fires back. Goes after Mono. Mono fires back with, of course, an ineffective back. How about Shadow Walker with a Brack? Broken into pieces. Tiamat is down. A, B.
See ya.
Falconic about to light his 4th orb, and he does. That's 4 orbs, 1 hour, 39 minutes is what we're going to call it.
And what's he going to do now? Do we keep hunting Masa? Do we make a go of it without it? Do we try to just buy some cat claws and cross our fingers? What do we do?
Do you keep hunting for the master? Do you buy cat? Do you go to the eye and get levels? Does he have that information?
Certainly I'd go grind, at least. If you're not
you would do that without diving in?
Yeah. I mean, I might even dive in to grind, because you've got some good fights down there. Those worm encounters, if those worms have low HP then you have a very good source of XP there. Those things are worth a lot. 4 gas dragons is a good fight too.
We're pretty even on levels. Falconic's at level 24, and LordFizzlebeef was at 23 just a minute ago, so he's probably right about there. So at that point in time, we're equal. We're equal in gear, 3 ribbons, Vorpal, defense sword. LordFizzlebeef behind, though, with Falconic having the 4 orbs, loot, and the Mystic Key, and everything he needs to get to the final dungeon.
Yep. I have a feeling Falconic is not quite ready.
I mean, and how often do you look down, see a defense sword of Vorpal, 3 ribbons, and feel not ready? And I feel that way.
Only when you've got a party this squishy.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's another option out there that we have not yet discussed.
Okay.
I don't know if we've checked all the Earth Cave chests or not, but there's one place we definitely have not looked, and that is Keylog Marsh.
Keylog Marsh.
Have we? Did
That's
Falconic clear? Did he clear Keylog? I didn't think he went down there.
No. I don't think so.
Hyro seems to think so, but I don't remember seeing that. Who would? Crabcakes asks, who would clear Keylog Marsh? You're talking to one of them right now. I'm just dumb enough to do it. And it has paid off for me before. Not often, but it does pay off sometimes.
Falconic, oh, he flew right over that ice cave. I thought maybe he was going there. He's headed back to the original Canaria.
What? Looks like he's beefing up
Soft potions? Tents.
Oh, tents. Oh, probably for inventory shuffle.
Inventory? Falconic's headed towards the Temple of Fiends.
Well, there's your answer. Gonna
1
hunt
hour.
Bossa in here.
141,
42.
We're gonna call it 1 hour 42 minutes. Falconic has entered the Temple of Fiends Revisited, and he's going for it.
Oh yeah. The validation chests are a possibility. He's running from that mage fighter fight.
He's just going for it. 3 gas dragons.
That's a great fight. I don't know
if you were
why.
if you were gonna take fights, it'd be that one. I didn't catch if he hard reset or not. I think he did.
I don't know. Is he feeling... Oh, Phantom is unrunnable. Is he feeling the crunch? Do you think Falconic thinks he might be behind?
He might, but I'll tell you this, the Phantom just did him a favor with slow, because that Phantom would have knocked one of those light warriors halfway to Schwabanon.
Schwabanon. I have a friend that lives in the Schwabanon.
I think we all have friends that live in Schwabanon.
Yeah, all of us Midwesterners.
Maybe he's checking those validations. He wants that Vast Moon. Picks up a soft potion instead.
Nothing
Does
yet.
he feel behind? Is that... I think you're right.
Do you think he'll check the carry chests?
Yes, I do. I was actually going to say that. Me and Falconic, good friends. We talk about this game a lot. We talk about a lot of different things. We talk about strategy. This is a situation where Falconic he played it against Minochi85. He did this back in October. That was his last restream match. He checked the chest on the carry floor because he needed experience. If you need a Mazmoon, I would think that you're going to check those carry chests again, because you need that more than experience in this scenario.
There's 4 chests on that floor, and then you've got the one last chest, which is the Vanilla Masa chest on Team Matt 2's floor.
We're going to find out.
Yep.
If I was a betting man, I would actually think, knowing what I know of the Enforcer, that he will do it. We're going to find out. Making quick work of the Temple of Fiends. He's already on the Earth Lord. He gets ambushed by Green Medusas. They have trance, but it completely misses his party.
See, none of that here. They're music critics.
He's gonna take this fight, though. Speaking of taking fights, LordFizzlebeef's gonna try to light his 3rd orb. Same strategy, it looks like. Will's gonna fire the Brax into Kraken.
And he has the same luck that Falconic has and nails a first round Brack.
Could things be turning around?
That was a mirror of Falconic's fight, where he gets the bottom row wizard knocked out, and the first round Brack goes off to kill him.
Falconic's fighting more green Medusas. Fire up the trance. Gets 2 of his warriors.
Depending on how this all
14
shakes
hits.
out. Depending on how this shakes out.
The Fire 2 will take care of most of them.
Fizz could catch up.
LordFizzlebeef starting to do some shopping. He's still 1 orb short. Meanwhile, Falconic is 2,000 years in the past on his quest to revive the power of the orbs and take out the ultimate fiend, Chaos.
Now, did we decide that all the Earth chests were checked? Because I don't recall that they were on the, especially not on the 3rd and 4th floor.
I don't think so.
Oh, no.
I think I'm actually fairly certain Falconic didn't.
That would be the place to go.
I think so. LordFizzlebeef has attained actual Go mode. He had this knowledge. I went for hooray!
Hooray! Love it.
Falconic makes his way to Lich. He's going to use a fire on Harm 3. There's Tornado.
Ooh, Tornado.
That's non-elemental. It's going to do a lot of damage, but it doesn't take out any of his warriors.
Yeah, he's very fortunate for that. Ice 2, not the best spell to use against undead.
Trying to save those nuke charges. We're going to go to round 2. If Lich gets initiative, Falconic gets off the Harm 3 for 110. Another Harm 3, this should do it. 82 doesn't.
Not today.
But Lich hits like a baby. He switched to nuke to try to take Lich out. He's going to get some information with that. There's a nice roll. 372. LordFizzlebeef has entered the Earth Cave. I know Falconic blew by these. He's checking more ground that Falconic skipped.
So I was wrong about the mermaids. Can I be right about the Earth Cave? Or does he have to go back to Marsh?
I think Hyro Fellows check raised and said Falconic checked it. I didn't remember seeing it.
We shall see.
Nothing yet for Fizzlebeef. He resets. He's going to dive deeper in the Earth Cave. Falconic's healing up after that fight. Still 4 warriors. He's got X to Life, Life 2, and Cure 4.
We are going to see, I believe, those 4 carry chests get checked.
Let's find out, no?
I think everybody's really, really, really hoping for it.
Shadow Walker thinks Falconic will. I think he will too. Let's see. Heal Potsy's down to 60 will. Before carry.
Not fun.
That's...
If you look at this as a quest to find
He's
Masa,
going!
if
You're
you look
right.
at this as a quest to find Masa and not to clear it, then it's okay if you're running low on heal potions, because you're going to get out of here and save.
Okay. The first 2 are duds. He's only going to do the 2. This is what he did in the last match. He's going to go for it.
I have a feeling that's gonna bite him.
Good. Falconic's going to go a little more aggressive against Carry 2. He's going to fire both nukes. He gets them both off early, doesn't take out Carry. Carry hits 5 times, but is pretty weak.
That was
And
an
a
easy
fade.
play.
And a fade
Not
takes
easy.
Carry out. Okay.
Well, Fizz is gonna let us know what's up with the Earth Cave.
Werewolves with Fire 3. Slowing Fizzledolphin a little bit.
This
He moves
floor for Falconic is where the rubber meets the road. If you can get past the waters, if you can get past Kraken 2 with at least 1 white mage.
Is it a tank of Meridian, his main white mage, with a Thor's hammer defensed up to try to keep alive and take out Kraken 2? Is that what you would consider doing? Or would you just fire everything you got into Kraken 2?
I would probably do what you just described. Play the percentages. This is a tough spot to be in. None of his characters can survive a max roll nuke. Kraken Honda.
It's time for the main event. Falconic has made it to Kraken 2. You see him slowing down just a little bit more. That's how important this is. He gets off some evasion with a little bit of the initiative and a nuke for only 111 and another white shirt. He gets good turn order in the first round.
Oh, 4 hits for 241 despite that.
He went right after Meridian, and it didn't do a lot. Still 4 warriors standing around two. He's gonna just attack. He's going with the nukes.
Oh. Well,
Kraken goes after Meridian again, but he didn't kill him.
I think we're good on Invis. You've got the evasion you need? Now, do some damage.
Falconic's gonna take him out pretty quick. There's another couple of nukes. That's 4 of them now, and it's good!
That's all I needed. Amazing.
Falconic is through. 40
Yeah,
hero potions.
He doesn't have a lot of firepower left from the last two fiends.
Falconic's in the echo of the floating castle. He's got to get through one more fiend.
There are worms.
Got to run from these worms. They can hammer ya.
Yes, they can.
Ooh, he can't get away in the first
XP.
round. He gets away. 30
Yeah, I
heal
agree with
potions.
Crabcake. There's no way Falconic finishes this. This very little firepower left. No weapon to fast up the
no
black mages with, or
You doesn't have like a Bane sword for a Hail Mary. We had that match in the league. Just MTG, the former champion, was getting rocked by Chaos, threw out the Bane sword a couple times and it hit. He had a backup plan. Falconic doesn't have that option.
Nope. He did. Well, actually, Fizzlebeef did.
Fizzlebeef did. He turned down the Bane swords and the mermaids.
I just don't understand that.
Fizzlebeef is down to 2 black wizards at this point.
That's all
Lost
you need.
2 whites. Okay. Team at 2 versus Falconic. He's going to use a defense sword. He's changing his strategy a little bit. He's defensing mono.
Interesting.
Preemptive heal 3s potentially. It's level 7. It's the Fades. He's going to attack. Here comes a whole lot of onslaught from Falconic. 258.
Good. Trying to overwhelm it.
130.
Hoping he doesn't have, well, he does not have high HP. Chaos is a possibility with all those holies. If Chaos rolled low HP, I just did not see this going well. There's a lot of firepower left out there for Chaos to have to make Falconic's day very, very bad.
Falconic does not do his traditional victory lap. He's going to heal. He's going to go over his inventory first.
He's been, as Tristal said, as I was about to say, the luck with low HP fiends is huge. But by no rights should he have gotten this far with this firepower, with the HP on these mages.
Falconic gets initiative to try and win this match against his good friend Fizzlebeef. Blaze is
not
the
a big
first
deal.
skill. Lord Fizzlebeef still has not located the Mazmoon. He's still an orb behind. Falconic gets off a ton of evasion. And I gotta think maybe a heal 3 at one point? He is.
Not a bad idea.
Exfer!
Exfer!
Falconic's gonna fire Exfer!
I'm impressed.
Heal 3 gets off initiative. Falconic's up to basically full HP. He fires Exfer into the ultimate fiend, but it's not good enough. He's gonna try to brack him. That's what he's doing. There's the nuke.
I have the feeling that Chaos is holding on to something nasty in that spell list, in that skill list.
Thank you. Okay, we're back to the fight. He's gonna go for offense right now. If he can land the Exfer, his Ice 3s will do normal damage. It will strip the immunities and the defenses of Chaos.
Lord Fizzlebeef.
We got the Mazmoon. Okay, that is Fizzlebeef.
But
there
is it too late? Is it too late?
There's the Fade 133, another round for Falconic. 1 hour 53 minutes.
Only a few holies left to go.
Does he go back to... He does not. Exfer is going to be a later strategy. Cure 4, he starts to heal. Chaos misses. He gets a free round. 193 from Nuke. There's an Ice 3 from Falconic. It's all he got left. It's only 53, though.
We're dealing with, what, 200% fiends? Or what's the clip on these? 220? He better pray that Chaos also rolled low HP.
Another Fade from Falconic. He's running out of charges. He's down to 117 for a hit. He's running low. 53. There's only a Lightning 2 from Chaos. Falconic gets another break. Exfer.
He's getting a lot of freebies.
Exfer hits!
Defenseless. It hits.
Chaos is defenseless. He's been stripped of his immunities. Those Ice 3s and those Lightning 2s will now do more normal damage. And Brackety's going for Brack-Will! He's going to try to get a 6% chance after he hit the Exfer. Here comes the Brack from Falconic. Can he do it? No!
But that would have been cool. For everybody but Lord Fizzlebeef. That would have been cool.
Another Brack from... No. There's a Zap from the Ultimate Fiend. He lost Shadow Walker.
Well, it is now basically... It's up to Falconic to wipe to allow Lord Fizzlebeef after
Falconic must win this match or Lord Fizzlebeef is going to take the lead. There's a holy for 120. Falconic fires another Brack into Chaos, but it's ineffective. Rub misses another free round for the Enforcer. Oh, look at him. He's just running out. He's got good HP.
The thing is, Chaos can't recover HP.
Thor's hammer. Another
He doesn't
Brack
know
from
that.
Falconic. That's any.
it
It's
lands.
got broken into pieces! Falconic has just
Holy.
bracked Chaos, and he's won this match!
Wow.
Expert
What a
did
way
it!
What a way to end your run. Bracking
1
Chaos.
hour, 54 minutes, 38 seconds.
G.
Wow.
G.
GG.
A little bit of luck, a little bit of skill, a little bit of bravery, and you got yourself a win. Congratulations, Falconic. So he is in, ready to have a little chit chat with us. Want to bring him in?
Yeah, wow. What a play. He had the plan the entire time, Will. He knew what he was doing. We never saw it coming, and he made it happen.
Bracking Chaos, Falconic. Is this what we've come to? GG.
Appreciate it.
Yes. So was that, as Will said, the plan all along?
Yeah. Well, I stole that from Minochi. He, a couple months ago, he did that, and I never even thought about doing extra on Chaos, but
So you are going to blame Minochi. That's a good thing to blame him for.
as always. Plus, I didn't find Mazza, so swinging was not going to be the option, and I knew I was going to run out of spell charges, so I'm just glad the
Fizz-
other fiends were paper.
Fizz just found Masa in the Earth Cave, bottom of Earth Cave. And that didn't do him any good, because you squeezed through.
Falconic, it's Will. Congratulations. Good game.
Thank you. That was fun. Odd party. Hope the audience enjoyed I believe the first all mage party of the tournament.
You guys, good friends, obviously, you and FizzleBeef, and you decided to do this party, and you really made it look easy. Was it easy, or did you just make it look that way?
No, I was sweating bullets.
Yeah.
I would have liked Nuke and Fade to be a little bit closer to levels 1 through 3, but it was fine. Marsh Cave was a little dicey. I kind of tried to get aggressive and greedy and go check key locked, and I think Bones put an end to that pretty quick. So
Yeah.
you just got to get levels with a party like this. Health, you got to have a lot of health.
We were debating whether or not you actually did check Keylock Marsh, and I said you hadn't, and some people were insisting you had, so I appreciate that. Thank you.
I think I walked to it and then I took a wipe and I was like, nah. If the enemy's here, I'm not. No thanks.
Right. Well, Fizz is making his dive. He's on the Earth floor. It was down to if you couldn't get past Chaos, you were going to be tied.
That's not surprising at all. Fizzles, 9 times out of 10, he beats me straight up. And I think the weird party comp we chose is the only thing that kept it close. He's a very good player.
You found the airship. You found the floater about 13 minutes, 14 minutes before Fizz did, and that gave you your initial lead, and you just held on to it the whole time.
Yeah, that was a gamble to not do Marsh that early. I figured with the boat, Will knows in all these flags, I keep forgetting free canals on. Kept forgetting. So
Yeah.
when I finally had the chance and I had the boat during the race, I was like, you know what? It's Town Shuffle. What if it's like Elfland and I can pick up level 3 warp or exit to make Marsh easier?
Yeah.
Falconic, moving to 1-0 is huge in its own right. Getting past a player the caliber of LordFizzlebeef, how does that make you feel?
Lucky, because it's not going to happen again. And I get the feeling I'm going to see him in the 3-2 race, probably at best.
I'll be right there with you, buddy.
I won't.
Fizzle's an awesome player. Much better than I am. He understands the game to a higher degree than I do, like break points and spell charges and different tactics. And a lot of the stuff I have picked up along the way have been from him, especially like stepping in and out of river tiles and how to avoid encounters. So I'm lucky. I'll take the win, and I don't want to face him again.
Well, you've shown that execution can pay off. And it's like you can know whatever you want, or whatever there is to know, but you have to be able to execute, and you did. You made I consider a pretty ballsy move going into Temple of Fiends with what you had, with what you didn't have. And I'll be the first person to admit, I was doubting you were going to make it. I even said, there's no way he makes it through here. And you did, first try.
To be honest with you, Will, I was in my head thinking, at the very least, I'll just get information. Let's see how far I can get in. Let's see if Mazza doesn't happen to land in one of the closer chests.
Right.
And then as Fiends started to fall, I just kind of started thinking, okay, maybe I got this. And that's right about killing Carry 2, and I was looking at my nuke and my fade levels. I started to kind of plan, like, okay, I'm just going to blast these next two with fade and nuke, and I was just going to go into chaos with X for Brack strats.
Yeah.
Ended up having a few charges, so it wasn't too bad.
Landing X-Fur was freaking huge. That was freaking huge. And when he started throwing Brack out there, I had a gut feeling. And I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to commentator curse again, because I did that to... I did that with Warmech.
Yeah. We'll get
Twice.
to that. We'll get to that with FizzleBeef. Falconic, I'm wondering, throughout the match, it seemed to, certainly me, and I think Will as well, you played it so well, it looked smooth. You've indicated that you didn't quite feel that way. Did you ever feel ahead, behind? What were you thinking throughout the duration of the match?
No, but I think that's just how I am. I don't ever feel ahead, unless...
Good.
Like when we have a party that is the same, right? We're both being dealt the same cards for Magic and all that. You really can't feel ahead unless, I mean, yeah, the answer is no. If we had a different party and I picked up, like 3 nukes across the table, maybe I'm like, yeah, my opponent doesn't have the level of spells that I have. But no, I never felt ahead. In fact, I felt behind the whole time. I was kind of, one eye was off on the IRC chat to see if he was going to do what got done. I think it does help, though, that I mean, you guys know I love Black Mage, so I'm familiar with a party with a Black Mage. Having 2 of them in there is just even better, and I think that's probably what tripped up Fizzle, because he's not a big Mage fan.
Right. Yeah, he probably would have whooped my butt, too. ETAP is asking you about your gentleman's agreement.
What, the party?
Uh-huh. So curious what kind of either flag set or gentleman's agreement results in both players running 2 of each mage.
I mean, it's Fizzle. He likes to... He's weird. He's as weird as, I think, me and Tarnin and Shadow and Will all are. So as soon as we found out we were matching up, at 7 p.m., we were like, hey, what's up, first round opponent? How do you want to make this a spicy meatball? And he was like, I don't know. My first option that I threw out there was that we were going to do 4 captains. So 4 white mages. And he immediately shot that down.
Yeah,
And,
I would have as well, I think.
He came back and said, all right, how about double white, double black? And he goes, oh, I can do that. So,
Yeah, you don't want to hunker down for a 3.5, 4 hour seed, which easily 4 white mages could do.
Lord FizzleBeef just got nuked by Tiamat 2. He's got 2 white wizards still standing. He lost both the black wizards. He's adjusting to the power gauntlet on one of his white wizards, and he's trying to cure himself.
This is not going very smoothly.
Eats a fire 3, and he's going to try to heal. There's an attack from the Mazmon. 4 hits for 411. Doesn't take out Tiamat 2, but we know Tiamat 2 has low health from what Falconic was able to do. The next round should be able to take her out.
Yeah, the Fiends having the hit points that they did really, really worked in your favor, Falconic.
Yeah, like I said, it was more just making an information dive, and then when they just kept dying to 700 health, it was like, okay, I guess I'll keep going.
Yeah, firing all those nukes and fades out there. I'm like, he's going to run out of firepower here. He's going to have to pretty much spray and pray with X-Fur and like Brack or whatever, because you didn't find the Bane Sword. That was, I believe that was on the Mermaid's floor.
Mermaids, yeah. Lord FizzleBeef has made his way to the Ultimate Fiend Chaos. He's got a different strategy more than likely. With the Mazmon in hand, he's going to defense up that white wizard on the bottom. Her name is O. And a wall. And a fast gets off. Great initiative for Lord FizzleBeef, and Chaos whacks one of its black wizards.
One-shots the black mage.
Lord FizzleBeef goes a temper into his Mazmon wielder and a little bit more evasion. Good turn order for FizzleBeef. He's got to be satisfied at this point.
It is buffing time.
We know Cure 4 is out of the pool. It was on Warmech.
Mm-hmm.
We know a couple nuclears out of the pool. Warmech had those too.
1 or 2 of them at least.
Inferno's out of the pool as well. There's a Lightning 2 from Chaos with a buffed up White Wizard. A Masmo, the Power Gauntlet's been used, Temper, Fast. Let's see if FizzleBeef starts to attack, and he does.
Chaos' spell list is really garbage.
FizzleBeef fires a Brack, and it misses. A Zap from Chaos, misses. More Invis 2 from FizzleBeef. He's close. He's starting to attack. He's going back to the Power Gauntlet, and he's going to start firing fades of nukes. Here comes the first nuke, 169. Another Power Gauntlet buff, and here comes a fade from FizzleBeef. This isn't going to get it done, but a 308 is very strong.
We have no idea how much HP a Chaos has because you insta-killed him. So this very well might be like 4,400 HP.
Chaos digs into his skill list, fires Swirl, takes out a Black Wizard.
We didn't see Swirl, did we?
No.
No. So Lord knows what we've got coming up.
Cure 4 gets off into the main damage dealer along with another Power Gauntlet.
O gets another charge up, and we're firing some fades out.
206. Here comes the Masmo.
450.
Couple hits, 452.
That is a lovely hit.
This is his last fade shot on his top White Wizard. 3 hits from the Masmo. The rub misses.
Oh, good. No 3256s here today, guys.
136 from a fade. We can move on to another round. We're past the
Lamp.
2-hour mark.
Lamp. We've got a lamp.
Quad X. Don't need the lamp. The lamp was the
Don't need
backup strategy.
It's a good backup. GG to Lord Fizzlebeef coming in at 205.48.
GG's congratulations to Lord Fizzlebeef. We're going to mark him done and see if we can get him in here if he's interested for a post-race interview. Lord Fizzlebeef goes to want to know our winner tonight, the Enforcer, T4 Falconic FF. With an impressive time, Will. I mean, under 2 hours with that party. And he couldn't find the Masmo.
Mm-hmm. I was predicting that this seed was not going to come in under 2 hours, and you just made a fool out of me several times during this race. So good on you. And we have Fizz in the setup page, in the setup room here. So why don't we drag him in here and wish a GG.
FizzleBeef, Team Illuminati here. Can you hear us?
Hello.
GG, and congratulations on finishing up this match with the all-mage party. Well, Warmack.
Yep.
Tell us about Warmack.
I would like to, but this is a family stream.
Okay.
Yeah.
We understand. I got you both times and moved on. Finding the Masmoon towards the end of the game. Your opponent never found it. Was that what you were seeking the entire time?
So after everything went wrong in Sky, I figured that Mazza was probably the only thing that was going to save me, and it was just one of those things of just like, it's going to be in the next box. It's going to be in the next box. I'm going to get it right now. And it just continued to not show up. I should have just gone with the Thor Hammer. I really should have.
GG Fizzle.
GG, dude.
Indeed.
You were in that.
You wiped to Warmack? I would imagine that's probably all that was the difference between us, because I don't think I ever saw him. So
Saw him twice.
Sorry about that, by the way. I may or may not have commentary cursed you there. Sorry about that.
yeah, and that's the time difference right there, then, because you finished 10 minutes ahead, or just 10 minutes apart. I never saw him, so a wipe up there would have cost the time easily. But thank you for doing the spicy meatball party with me. It was definitely fun.
It was worthwhile, I will say that, but I ain't doing that again. It's heartbreaking to get into a Warmech fight and have to pass it up, not once but twice,
Yeah.
because I just, A, I don't have the firepower, and B, he has too much firepower.
Yeah, Warmack was definitely loaded. What Falconic did not find out was multiple nuclears, Inferno, and Cure 4.
Mhm.
So it's really the smallest.
Even if you'd had Masa at that point in the game, even if you'd had Masa in that Warmack fight, you still would have been toasted. There's not much you could have done.
I mean, you saw I made a go of it the first time around, but the
You
second
did.
time it was just like, nope, I can't. I just
Not-
can't.
Non-elementals are a mofo, man. There's not much you can do about it. You can wall up, you can invis too.
Yep.
Doesn't matter.
Well, Lord Fizzlebeef, what happened with your opponent, the way he was able to win was he was running out of gas as he got towards the end of the game. And he pulled out an old strategy that you have employed, actually, in the past. In the designer, Falconic, he designs the challenge seeds. Falconic, do you want to tell him or do you want me to?
Oh no, all you.
Falconic, running out of gas and spell charges, knowing he didn't have the Mazmoon, pulled out Exfer. The second shot of the Exfer hit, made Chaos defenseless, and about 4 bracks later, broken into pieces, and Falconic finished out the game. It was quite good and quite impressive.
I saw the expert early, and I thought to myself, do we really want to commit to this? Do we really want to commit to a 20% into a 6%? And I thought to myself, no, we need a more surefire plan. In the what I determined to be likelihood that Topher was going to be monstrous and not, tipsy. I figured I need a surefire plan. And it doesn't matter how long it takes me to get there, because there's going to be that one roadblock, and I'm going to get there. And then I didn't get there.
So I'll be honest, I knew Exfer was 20%, and I was just talking before you came in here that I had learned a lot about this game from just talking with you and watching some of your streams. So I knew about the 20%. I didn't know that after the Exfer, Brack only increased to 6%. I thought it was way higher because I was banking on that for Chaos.
Well,
nope, it's 6%.
It is only 6%.
The lucky get luckier.
Yeah. You knew what you were doing. You had a strat in mind. You stuck to it. You stuck to your strat and it worked.
Yep.
What can you do? Like, you're not Tristal, but I mean, everybody can use some luck every once in a while.
This is going to conclude day 1. It's only day 1. We actually had a day 0. Mm-hmm. Somehow, I don't know how that happened. If the 2019 Final Fantasy Randomizer Spring Tournament, it's true. It's been great. We'd like to remind you that the next match coming up is going to be right here on the Speed Gaming family of networks. It's going to be on Speed Gaming 3 tomorrow, April 7th. It's Sunday at high noon. It's a high noon showdown. Itben Maya is going to take on DD Gaming's 2 longtime players. That's going to be brought to you by you, Lord Fizzlebeef, and joining you is going to be Mama Duck, Moist Mogwai.
That's worth watching, guys.
Yeah, we're certainly excited to see that. Later on tomorrow, it will be the Buzzsaw, Minochi85, taking on Hyra Fellows as well. That's going to be at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, also on the Speed Gaming family of networks. So that's what we've got coming up. And we got a whole bunch of other matches as well, as we are just one day into the 2019 Spring Tournament. I think we're going to see a lot of Team Illuminati as well, Will.
I really hope so. I really do. Like, as much as I can get the opportunity to come out here and call matches with you, hell yeah. People want it. I want it. You want it. One thing though, I petitioned for Minochi to be turned from the Buzzsaw to Cookie Monster. I think that's a more apt.
We'll certainly take a look at that as we start to wind down here. We'd like to thank Speed Gaming for hosting us tonight, the Feasels, Mr. Broadstones, and everything they do, so that they can bring Final Fantasy Randomizer into your home. The fans, we'd like to thank you, because without this, we can't do it. We can't bring you this battle of two good friends on the microphone and everyone in the background, and sit there and enjoy this game that we love so much. We're going to go ahead and move on to final thoughts. Our winner tonight, Falconic, 1-0, just like last year, through a tough opponent. Any final thoughts on either the match tonight or looking forward in the spring tournament?
Just thanks to Fizzle for willing to do weird stuff with me. The All Mage Party was fun. Speed Gaming, thanks yet again, has always been awesome for the restreams. Definitely my go-to. Love those guys to death. The Illuminati team stepping up again. It's great to get both of you guys back in the booth, and looked like we had Slick and Danny, so definitely thanks to them as well. But looking forward to who I face in round 2 and how I'm going to adjust to being 1-1.
The most feared 0-1 player that I could ever think of coming up for week 2, Lord Fizzlebeef. Final thoughts.
Thank you to Speed Gaming. Thank you to the Willuminati. Commentary, curse and all. Thank you. Thank you to Slick Fingers. Thank you to Danny, fresh face on tracking.
Danny.
And don't Don't let your opponent talk you into meatballs, no matter how spicy they are. They're bad for you. It doesn't work out.
Just be glad there were no thieves this round. And that I'm not playing.
How about what we saw tonight, Will? Two good friends. We were able to get back together. We see this mage party. We see we can't find a Mazmoon. And then we see a bracking of chaos. What a great match. An honor to share it with you.
We had everything. We had absolutely everything. And I'm looking forward to more matches like this as the tournament progresses. I believe that we have the kind of firepower on the commentary. We have the firepower for players to put together some amazing matches that are definitely worth watching. Whether you're a player, whether you're a spectator, come check it out. And if you haven't actually done so yet, check out the Discord for Final Fantasy Randomizer. And if you have any questions about how to play the game, there are tons of people here willing to help you and tell you what you need to do and what you need not to do.
That's right. Well, the links are being chat. If you're watching on a replay, we've got a great crowd that watches from Speed Gaming when they bring their videos over to YouTube. We've started doing some exclusive matches over there as well. Any feedback, much appreciated. Our dev team likes it. I certainly like it. Whether you want to join the Discord, let us know. Comment on a video. Send us a message on Twitch. Whatever they want to do. You can certainly let Mr. Bloodworth, even Falconic, certainly even the players. Send them a message. Give a follow. We want your feedback, and we certainly want to know that.
Mm-hmm. It's a community, very much a community-minded community. We listen to everybody, we take advice, and we implement it. And that's what makes this community great.
He is the Emerald City Saint. I am the Smooth Talker. My name is Will Cleosis. He is Will Bloodworth. Together, we form Team Willuminati, the best commentary duo in all of randomizers and video games. The tag team champions of the world. We are Team Illuminati. Thank you for joining us. We hope you have a great evening. So much Final Fantasy Randomizer coming up all over the place. Join the Discord. Come see us. Thank you for joining us. Team Illuminati. Until next time. A. B.
See ya. Goodbye and good night.